there's a new breed of hornet sweeping the nation.
Are you picking this up?
Taking the country by swarm, the all-new Dodge Hornet.
There's 1,000 different drink combinations at Sonic. I'm gonna list them one by one. Get combinations at Sonic. I'm gonna list them one by
Sonic.
My name's Jorge Gaviria, and this is my business, Hacienda.
Sonic.
We bring everything Jorge Gaviria, and this is my business, Hacienda.
Sonic.
I chose my smart Jorge Gaviria, and this is my business, because I have unlimited 2% cash back. Jorge Gaviria, with no because I have unlimited 2% cash back. Jorge Gaviria, with no because I have unlimited 2% cash back. Our business with new products, like our tabletop masa mill. My Spark card helps me fulfill my mission of bringing masa to the masses. What's in your wallet?
Welcome to the next level. This is the Lexus NX with intuitive tech.
Watch for traffic.
And our most advanced safety system ever.
Meet the Ninja Double Oven, a top rapid oven for super fast cooking and a bottom air fry oven for crispy favorites. It's 2 ovens in the space of 1 for double meals. With FlexStore technology, you can cook 2 meals at different times and temps for double cravings. Flavor Seal prevents flavor crossover for double delights, sweet and savory. And with Smart Finish, all your food is ready at the same time for double the praise at the table. The Ninja Double Oven, the newest addition to the Ninja Oven family.
Welcome to the final push, where greatness is tested, where unstoppable forces collide, legends break through, and legacies are etched in gold. It's playoffs time, and whatever happens next is going to be beautiful. The NBA Playoffs Friday on ESPN and ABC.
Homeowners, when your water or sewer line breaks, it's expensive and often not covered by basic homeowners insurance.
You could pay thousands.
Finding a good contractor can be tough.
Want this guy doing the job?
With a plan from HomeServe, call us. We'll send a contractor and there's no big bill.
Easy.
But don't wait. Get a plan from HomeServe before a line breaks.
Go online now.
Plans from HomeServe start at just $7.99 a month.
Call 1-833-458-0111 or visit homeserve.com.
Why is everyone talking about Navage and nasal irrigation?
I am one who suffers from chronic sinus infection.
You need to clean that crap out of your nose.
Navage is simple. Your nose is the body's air filter, but it's not perfect. Navage is a drug-free way to help flush out allergens, mucus, and germs using powered suction. Join nearly 3 million Navage users so you can breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier.
I love this thing.
It's nice to breathe.
Navage. Clean nose, healthy life.
Welcome back to this SportsCenter special presented by Little Caesars. Kuiper and McShay's 3-round mock draft. All right, let's dive back into the picks that Mel and Todd made as if they were the general managers of the team. Todd, the Eagles are sitting pretty at number 10. Who are they taking?
Listen, Eagles fans, I know. I've heard it all draft season. Bijan Robinson, Howie Roseman, our GM, would never do this. He's taking an offensive, defensive lineman. Just do me a favor. Close your eyes for a second, right? Think about a backfield with Jalen Hurts and Bijan Robinson.
I love that.
Whew, what you could do. This guy had 91 forced missed tackles. That's about 23 higher than the next guy in college football last year. 1,580 yards rushing and 18 touchdowns rushing behind an offensive.
For the whole week saves me up.
Vitamin XL D3.
Life.
Tonight. This Friday.
Meet Ahmed, a new interpreter.
From writer-director Guy Ritchie.
Ahmed saved my life, and now I have to go save his.
You good? I'm good. Guy Ritchie's The Covenant. Rated R. Theaters Friday.
Listen closely, and you can hear it. Every year begins echoes as a soft rumble out to the west. Then, a grace loosened, the heavens open, a wicked sound bellows. And the lightning strike back. Did you know the human heart beats over 100,000 times a day? Pretty cool, huh? But when the lightning are playing, wow, that's a lot of beats. Valley Sports Sun, heart of the fan, home of the lightning.
Of these teams meeting.
The first round of the Stanley Cup playoffs is presented by Verizon and by BMW, the ultimate driving machine. Visit BMWTampaBay.com for exceptional offers. No team has made it to the Stanley Cup final in 4 consecutive years. In 40 years since the Islanders did it, and that long road begins again tonight for the Lightning as we now bring you inside a jam-packed and raucous Scotiabank Arena.
We now ask that you please rise if you're able to. Remove your hats and join Natalie Morris in the singing of our national anthems.
So proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming.
anticipated chaos that is the first round of the Stanley Cup playoffs. For the Toronto Maple Leafs, they're saying that pressure is a privilege. Well, there's pressure here, all right. You can feel this franchise has not won a single series in almost 20 years. Different story for the Tampa Bay Lightning. The measuring stick the last several seasons in the National Hockey League. They got 2 cups, 3 trips to the finals, but now almost everyone is saying they look tired. They can't possibly do it again. While the captain says, we'll just see about that. Good evening, everybody. This is Dave Randolph along with Brian Engvall. Are you ready for Game 1, Round 1? Anthony Cirelli starts up front with Alex Colon and Brandon Hagel. And the puck is dumped inside the Leaf blue line. Handling it is Mark Giordano, tries to go up the ice all the way down. And then it's going to be an icing call right off the bat.
This game and this series is going to be about more will than skill. It's about getting yourself into the series. It's about the Lightning getting their emotional and commitment level, which means effort level. We've seen them over the last couple of weeks and months. It's been hard for them to concentrate, and it showed in the standings. This is what they've been waiting for. Now they know what to do. Now we need to see them raise that level.
Stamkos, who's waved out of that face-off circle, says this is the biggest game they've played in a long time. And you could argue since Game 6 of the Stanley Cup Final. But it's underway now. All the mental fatigue is washed away. Here's Darren Radish in his Stanley Cup playoff debut in his home province. Stamkos to the line, knocked down by Tavares. John Tavares backs up into his man, Kucherov, and it's handled by the Lightning. Moved across to Radish. Radish up through center. He'll step in over the blue line. Darren Radish takes the shot, and there's the first glove save made by Ilya Samsonov. And here is tonight's jackpot, brought to you by the Florida Lottery.
Why have we been looking forward to this series and the entire NHL? Because of what happened last year. And look how close it was. Look all in the up and down the columns there. It is ridiculously close. That's why it went 7 games and the Lightning won 2-1 in that final game. That's the last reference we're going to have about last year, because you have to move on. The Toronto Maple Leafs have 9 guys in this lineup, including their backup goalie, who were not with Toronto last year. The Lightning have 4. This is this year, not last year.
Puck sent down. Chipped in by David Camp. In behind the net goes Eric Chernak. All the way around the board. Shoveled up the ice by Killorn. Pat Maroon trying to force the issue down the right side. And Belmar's up there as well. Giordano has it rolled to Zach Aston Reese, and they can't clear it. Turned back by Corey Perry. Perry lets the puck around the net. Still with a Perry shoots. Rebound. They score. The Lightning open the series with a 1-0 lead.
And it's the fourth line that does it for him. That's an added bonus. Getting in the zone and doing what these 3 experienced guys do the best. They get it deep, they cycle, they turn pucks over, and they get it to the net. Corey Perry doing a terrific job here of being patient, circling around the net. Belmar and Maroon both hanging around there, battling for position. But it's Corey Perry hanging on. Nice little move to the inside there. That was slick. The rebound was lost by Samsonov just for a moment, and the Lightning are in the driver's seat early.
Pierre-Edouard Bellemare gets the opening goal of this series in his 80th career playoff game. Nice start indeed for the road team. Puck in behind the net. They're right back to work again. Here's Hedman with a drive. That goes wide of the Leaf goal. Stepping up is Chernak. He'll put it around. Centering attempt does not get through. There's Hagel up with the play. The Leafs just trying to get it out right now. 2 minutes in, and they're down a goal here on home ice. Just like the Lightning, Toronto was a very good home team this season. Here comes Hagel. He's got some room. Hagel drops it off for Cirelli. Back to Hagel. Back in front. And Cirelli was right there. Hagel picks up the rebound. Back to Radish. His drive. Knocked down by Matthews. The quick outlet to Marner. And he'll settle things down. Mitch Marner, 99 points on the season. Dumps it in. Acimon takes the hit from Noel Achari. One of the new faces in this Maple Leaf lineup as they load it up to make a deep run and to beat this team, the Tampa Bay Lightning.
And we'll see if they could grind more. It makes sense. All the changes that they made 6 right at the deadline alone, changed their goaltenders and everything to be tougher to play against.
Back around the corner, Sergachev puts it up the boards. Now it comes rink wide for Mikey Asimov, another member of the Lightning in his Stanley Cup playoff debut. Shoots right on, and Samsonov makes the stop on Asimov.
Mikey Asimov, first playoff game. He's got lots of jitters, but look at him hold on to the puck here, and look at the Toronto Maple Leafs back in. They had 4 guys back. 4. Asimov, good job. Didn't panic, didn't try to overpass. He hung on. He just backed them in and backed them in. Got a good shot on net. For John Cooper, that's a good start. Everybody's been talking about, can you flip a switch after the way the Lightning played the last month or so? I say, yes, you can emotionally, individually. But no, you can't execution-wise as a team. Because if you don't have good habits and you don't have good execution going into the playoffs, you're not going to play better just because you're playing harder all of a sudden. The Lightning know what to do, and they're playing harder already. That was the question mark. Can they get to a higher level and stay there? They know how to.
This one's held into the point. Brody across to McCabe. His shot. First shot of the series for the Maple Leafs, and it's stopped by Vasilevsky.
Start number 100 for Andrei Vasilevsky. Played 60 games this year. That's only the 3rd most games that he's played in a season. So, hey, he had an easy year. 28 years old, he's right in his prime. Even on the days off, Coop was talking about it again earlier today. He said, even on days off where he's supposed to be home watching TV with his feet up, he'd go to the rink and he was in the gym. This guy's a machine. He is dedicated, beyond dedicated, and he is ready to go. And if you need to save at a key time in a game, that's what Vasilevsky does.
He's proven it time and time again, and with all the talk in this market about this matchup, he is by far the biggest concern amongst Leaf Nation. Icing against Tampa Bay.
Nikita Kucherov will be a huge key for the Lightning, of course. 113 points on the season, and for me, I'd say he has to be a threat. Well, that sounds weird, but what I mean is he has to be a threat to attack the net, not just attack the defensive structure that the Leafs have. Sometimes that's what he likes to do, is just slow the play down and attack the structure. When he attacks the net and he's a real threat one-on-one, it's unreal.
Marner with a shot stopped by Vasilevsky as Matthews found Marner the high slot. And now the Leafs holding inside the line. In for Matthews, his shot off a stick and over the Lightning net, and now Edmonds having a conversation there with Bunting in the blue paint.
Yeah, they're going to bunt heads a few times over the course of this series because Hedman's good in front of his net, and Michael Bunting is the guy who parks himself there playing with Matthews and Marner. They retrieve pucks and they feed each other. Marner's deep slot. Vasi can see those ones, so as long as Bunting isn't there taking his eyes away, and maybe that's what Victor Hedman was talking to him about after the fact. Look at Victor boxing him out there. And then as the play went on, Austin Matthews, who's more of a 50-50 goal scorer and passer at the same time. Matthews is a real shooter. Marner is more likely to pass, but they've each had a look at the net here early for Toronto.
O'Reilly brought in to win faceoffs amongst other things, and he wins that draw. Back to Giordano. That shot into traffic, knocked down, and the rebound picked up by Alex Killorn. Excellent season for Killorn. Career totals as he shovels that puck in deep. Missed Braden points, and Hall comes back for Toronto. To center, he'll dump it in. Pierre-Edouard Bellemare with the goal. The assist going to Corey Perry. And here is Kucherov. As Brian pointed out, another 100-point season for him. Pass up ahead, in behind Stamkos, and picked up by Luke Schenn. Schenn, a former Stanley Cup champion with Tampa Bay. Batted ahead by Kucherov. Knocked back up and sent back inside the line. Settled down there by Radish. And he gets rid of it to Sergachev. Sergachev tried to go up the middle. Bounces away from Schenn. In comes Maroon, and out comes the school bus line. They've got the goal so far tonight. Moves across quickly to Perbix. Perbix with a shot that is blocked, and it bounces all the way back down.
Such a bonus that this line scored the first goal of the series and first goal of the game for the Lightning.
Here's Perry again with a shot, and Samsonov tested. Morgan Riley, one of the core four, trying to work his way through. Can't get it on Perry. Perry back to Maroon, back in front, save, rebound, and it is cleared as this line right now is the most dangerous trio in the game early on.
Maroon and Perry in particular, again, doing a terrific job. A lot of times Belmar's the third man high, and it's Perry and Maroon that are doing his thing, and Maroon was doing his thing all right, contact. But Toronto a little confused coming out of their zone, crisscrossing defensemen right in front of their own net. Corey Perry's seen that before 190 times in playoff games, and he turns it into a scoring chance for that line again.
Amazing number. His 191st playoff game tonight. Across to Hedman, hard slap shot. Ooh, that was blocked by Kerfoot. As Hedman really leaned into that one, feathers it out in front, goes off the skate and into the corner. Asimont comes out from behind the net. Asimont turns and shoots, goes right to Perbix. And now Riley trying to settle things down, and it's to the line, not out. McCabe looks around, finds some open space, and he's just going to fire this one down for another icing call against Toronto. Here is tonight's Papa John's key ingredients.
Well, we got a good look at the fourth line early on, and they score a goal. But what have these guys done over the course of their careers? Corey Perry, well, he's played 190 games in the playoffs. That kind of helps. But look at among active players where he is there, because he's a pain. And so Pat Maroon. A lot of Pat Maroon's minutes, of course, are 5-minute majors for fighting.
Noel Chari banks it out the board. John Croak is met immediately there by Radish. Players digging for the puck right in front of the Leaf bench, and coming away with it is Point. Point to Stamkos, and Stamkos checked there by Jake McCabe, a defenseman making his Stanley Cup playoff debut. A veteran getting his first taste of the postseason. Here comes Matthews. He's got the puck. Matthews up the ice, dishes off to Marner. Got away from him, and he is checked by Radish. No damage done in that rush, and Point flips it back in for the Lightning. Boyd's up there on Hall, bumps him off the puck, and now Kucherov puts it back to Chernak. Chernak sends it back in. Kucherov lets it fly by. Punch back in, the Leafs try to work it up the wall, and down it goes again. Will not be icing. Back to retrieve it is Cirelli. Cirelli just gets it around Marner, his off-season training partner. Batted back by McCabe. And the Leafs are backed up again. 7 minutes in. This is an excellent start for the Lightning. Here's Killorn. Killorn jumps in there. Alex Killorn trying to cut into the middle. And Ryan O'Reilly took the puck away from him. Perbix in for Cirelli. Here's Hagel. His shot up on Samsonov. Rebound is there. Hagel with a shot. They score again. Found in front by Anthony Cirelli. And it's 2-0 Lightning.
Lightning are not giving Toronto an inch inside Toronto's zone. Toronto's had confusion coming out. They've had to dump it out of the zone. They haven't made good passes and mounted their attack. Because of that, the Lightning are countering and coming back at them quickly. But one of the things I've noticed on the attack here, really nice job of Lightning making a pass from the middle to the outside. But everything has been going to the net. There are a lot of games where we've seen over the last year or so where the Lightning do a lot of east-west passing once they get inside the offensive blue line. That is not happening in this first period. One good pass, get to the net, players are going for rebounds, and they are in it. And Toronto is not right at the moment.
Wow. To the Leafs. Are they up against the ropes right now or what? Here's Morgan Riley. Steps in, trying to snap a shot that goes wide. Chipped out in front. Nick Paul, the Game 7 hero from a year ago in this building. And that is offside at the blue line. Shot
Here we go.
8-3, and now we're going to get a little pushing and shoving.
Luke Schenn and Mikey Asimont. Asimont pushed back a little bit. Luke Schenn's an experienced guy. He's thinking, okay, I'm going to help turn this thing around. We've got to get some pop into our game there, and he popped Asimont.
12-17 to go in the first period. Lightning by 2. Belmar has got one. Cirelli's got the other. 2-0 in game 1.
There's a route for that. Lease a new 2023 Toyota RAV4 LE for just $309 a month for 36 months. Toyota. Let's go places.
Hi, Jesse Palmer here at the Rooms to Go store-wide mattress sale. Looking for a mattress you'll love? Then don't miss this special first-time ever offer. Choose from 3 top mattress brands: the Sealy Posturepedic, Serta Perfect Sleeper, and Beauty Rest Select. Any size, your choice, just $595. That's twin, full, queen, even a king mattress, your choice. The comfort you want, one low price, just $595. And don't miss our other great mattress buys at the Rooms to Go store-wide mattress sale.
People are winning every single day. Regular people are winning every day. Whether it's $500 or $50,000, anybody can win. Because when they win, I feel like I'm winning.
It's just a fun atmosphere. The pool, the spa, the gaming, the food, the shopping. I came one night, hit the double downs, had a couple of good runs, and won about $300,000.
Anybody could win at Seminole Hard Rock Tampa.
There's no secret about the Toronto Maple Leafs and who runs the offensive side of the show. Austin Matthews is right there front and center along with Marner and Nylander. Here's what they did last year in the playoffs. For Matthews' career, he's played 39 games in the playoffs, 17 goals, 33 points. Marner, he's got 33 points also. Marner's got 7 goals and 26 assists. So he's the disher. Matthews is more 50-50. And then there's this guy, Nylander, the sometimes forgotten guy, who, oh yeah, by the way, scored 40 goals again this year. Blinding speed, straightaway stuff, great going wide, pulls the trigger. So they all three have their specialties. I think Matthews has the most balance to his game, but there's no doubt that Marner with the puck on his stick can make plays at the level of Kucherov. And you have to be looking at everybody else when Marner has the puck because he's looking for somebody to give it to open.
The other guy you can add to that list is Morgan Rielly as part of the core 4 that have been on this team for the last 6 years of playoff heartbreak. Trying to avoid it here. There's a quick pass into the middle there for O'Reilly, and that is blocked.
Yeah,
Tavares.
It hurt Cirelli. It hurt him.
Stung a bit. O'Reilly cycles it back. Waiting for it down low is William Nylander. 40 goals in the season. Cuts back. Checked by Cole. Hagel fights it up the wall. Held to the line. That shot tipped just wide of the Lightning net. Cirelli banks it off the boards. Snap back up and off the bench. Comes Marner. His shot stopped by Vasilevsky. Centering pass knocked away by Chernak, and it's out. Lifted back in by Mark Giordano. Long-time veteran, former Norris Trophy winner himself. Puck's hopping around. It's held in by Marner. Back to line for Giordano. Rich shot and a glove save made by Vasilevsky.
Let's go back to Anthony Cirelli and see, on the bench. This is a minute or so after he blocked the shot. Watch 90 blue. He's going to get the one-time shot. That caught him up high. That hit him in the hand? The hand or the arm? Yeah, that left arm went limp. He was moving out. He anticipated the play, made it really go. Oh, in the neck. Oh, there's the mark. Yeah, that hit him right in the neck. Tommy Mulligan, the athletic trainer, taking a look at him. Cirelli did stay out for the rest of the shift, believe it or not, after taking that shot in the neck.
Here's Radish. Radish jumps up, dishes off. Lightning step back in. Across Kucherov with a shot. Big rebound. And Point was double teamed. Couldn't get a shot away. Austin Matthews. Bunting chips it around Sergachev and gets it after it. He's given a hard check there by Radish. And now McCabe steps into Kucherov. Sergachev's up in the rush. Snaps the puck around the boards. Waiting for near side is Stamkos. Matthews leans into him, and now it's Corey Perry. Perry has got an assist already tonight. Got to make things happen, and he got a stick up high, and there's a penalty call coming up against the Leafs. This is going to be a power play for the Lightning.
Toronto trying to get physical, get themselves back into the game here, and they were doing it, but it cost McCabe a couple of minutes, it looks like.
Number 22, Toronto. Minor penalty, ice sticking.
So Corey Perry, that's why there was delay. I wondered what the referee was doing. I should have known because Corey Perry went right to the bench. He was checking to see if he was cut or not on that high stick. Of course, it would have been 4 minutes had he been cut, but they put 2 minutes up on the board, and Corey Perry gets a chance to come right out right away as the second power play unit starts it.
Both of these teams have very good power plays. The Lightning with 71 power play goals on the season, third most in the NHL. Brody just gives that one up to Hedman, and they'll set things up. Here's Nick Paul. All back up top. Pass comes outside the line. Flips back in. David Camp settles it down for Brody. Brody works it across to Justin Hall, and down it goes as we hit the midway point of this first period. Game 1. Edmund sweeps it back. Waiting for it is Corey Perry. Nick Paul. Paul steps in. Hagel. Here's Perry. Winds, shoots right on, and Samsonov's got that with Nick Paul providing the screen, and he's cleared up there by Schenn.
Yeah, Luke Schenn again. Schenn playing on the penalty kill, which we'll see a lot. He's out there with Giordano right now. Schenn plays with Morgan Rielly, who's an offensive guy, but Luke Schenn, we know what he does. We saw him when he played for the Tampa-Bay Lightning. This is what he does in front of the net. He's going to do it every time. The Lightning have to know when he's out there that he's going to keep coming after the fact. Just a week or so ago when Toronto came down to Tampa Bay, he and Pat Maroon, good buddies, dropped the mitts, and I asked him about it this morning. He just shrugged his shoulders and said, yeah, we're good friends, but I know he's coming back at me too. We go, yeah, that's for sure.
Another clear by the Leafs. Down the ice it goes. Minute 10 to go in this Tampa Bay power play. First of the series for either team, and here comes Nikita Kucherov. Kucherov with 50 points on the power play this season. Here's Braden Point. Couldn't get it around Hall. Hall finds it and clears it down. Penalty killing for Toronto on the season, middle of the pack. Actually better on the road than they have been at home statistically, but they're off to a good start here. Over a minute gone in this man advantage. Braden Point. 51 goals in the season, drops off to Kucherov. They'll set things up again. Here's Stamkos. Stamkos. Kucherov. Try to feed the point. Now he centers it. It's off the stick of Hall. Back to Steven Stamkos. Point back the line. Kucherov in front. Tip there by Killorn. And a nice save by Samsonov.
Good quick puck movement, especially when it hits 86's stick. You know it's going to be off his blade right away. Nice chance for Killorn.
Sergachev cuts around his man O'Reilly, flips it across to Kucherov. Kucherov trying to sweep a backhanded pass in there. Penalty is over. McCabe's out of the box. Leafs have killed him off. This one comes around the boards. Hustling to keep it in is Chernak, and he does. Kucherov picks him off the wall. Try to go into the middle. That's taken away by Toronto and cleared. Not deep. Knocked down by Cole, and he almost had Cirelli, who's off the bench and appears to be all right after that shot block. Back out through center. Matthews can't chip it around Chernak. Eric Chernak's got the puck again. Pass hops over the stick of Cirelli, and that will be an icing call against the Bolts.
Lightning doing a heck of a job mounting pressure shift after shift on this power play. Gives them a chance to move it around after Toronto had cleared the zone a couple of times, but there's the quickness to play from Kucherov to Alex Killorn in front of the net. Killorn getting some power play time more in the second half than perhaps he did in the first half last year. He did not score a goal in the playoffs, even though he played great. I expect him to score goals this year.
Cirelli. Heavy hit there from Matthews. Down low for Marner. Marner trying to shake the check of Chernak. Got it back to the line. Here's Morgan Rielly. That one's blocked in front and cleared out by Tampa Bay. Flipped up and out. Down the ice. And skating into it is Nick Paul. Paul was checked. Bunting resets backside. Marner. Throws back from the forecheck of Brandon Hagel. Those two guys led the league in takeaways. Here's Bunting. Bunting's wrist shot goes wide. Blocked rebound. And Vasilevsky hugging that post. It's got it. Bunting, meantime, is right in the middle of more conversations near the Lightning net. And we will step aside. 2-0, Lightning, game 1 in Toronto.
Do you have any old coins sitting around the house? Gold and Diamond Source will purchase a variety of different coins and different types of bullion, including sterling, silver, platinum, and watches in our gold buying program.
At the Gold and Diamond Source, we accept unusual pieces that other programs may not. These pieces include gold bars and sterling silver flatware.
You will find that the list of items that we do accept is far more extensive than those we don't.
Call us at 1-800-494-4940 or stop by the Gold and Diamond Source.
Watch your live local NHL games on the Bally Sports app all season long. Just sign in with your TV provider or subscribe directly through the app so you don't miss a moment.
Are you kidding me?
Of your favorite teams, up close, in your hand, or in your living room, with more ways to watch than ever before. It's so much more than just the score. The Bally Sports app. The game is on. Listen closely, and you can hear it. Every year it begins as a soft rumble out to the west. Then, a crackling in the distance. The skies loosen, the heavens open, a wicked sound bellows. And the lightning strike back.
Welcome back. Prior to tonight, Andrei Vasilevsky had only recorded one start in nearly 2 weeks. He had been granted 3 off days at the end of the regular season, but he was not exactly lounging around his house. He tells us with less starts, he has more time to spend in the gym, and he found himself in the gym nearly every single off day this entire season. He admitted that that is a huge part of his routine, and when he's able to squeeze in those gym sessions, he actually feels better on the ice. But whatever his routine is, guys, we hope that it serves him well in this first series. Back to you.
He is maniacal about conditioning and about his technique. He and Franjean, the goaltending coach for the Tampa-Bэй Lightning, have terrific rapport. He's just gotten better and better year over year. And until he shows otherwise, there's no better goalie in the league when you need a clutch save than to rely on this guy.
And the faceoff is to his right. Matthews muscles that puck back, but skating into it is Ross Colton. Colton at center to Chernak. Chernak back into the middle, trying to find Asimov. And it's stripped, and here come the Leafs back the other way. Marner trying to cut in, and he's stripped with the puck there by Cole. Stays in the fight. Here's Bunting from his knees, centers the puck, and it goes all the way across to Hall. Hall snaps one from a sharp angle, back to Giordano. Up top, Matthews with a drive, and a save by Vasilevsky. No rebound. Here is tonight's Taco Bell take.
Vasilevsky getting a feel for the puck now, and when he gets a feel for it, he knows exactly where to be. Look at the postseason starts career for these two guys. 8 for Samsonov, 100 for Andrei Vasilevsky. For Samsonov, yeah, the 2 years that he played in the playoffs previously were with the Washington Capitals. Not his fault. He just hasn't had the opportunities. He had to fight to be the guy that starts this game 1. He has got the net right now. Vasilevsky, you knew, was going to be him all along and has been for the last many years.
Another shot. Vasilevsky not sure where it is now. Out in front. Denny scrambling to try to find it. Stays loose. That shot is blocked and cleared by Kucherov. Big scramble there in front of the Tampa Bay net. Point gets there first ahead of Brody. Braden Point all the way around the net. Takes it high. Gives it up to Radich. Radich leaves this one for Kucherov. Across to Sergachev. Wrist shot. Right on. And Samsonov's got that. With Stamkos looking for any loose pucks in front.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of that. Again, it's a lot of message sending in the first game or so, especially early on in the first series. You see that around the NHL, but prior to that, Toronto's best glory by far. But look at the Lightning. Lightning do a good job of getting in the middle of the ice, even when the puck comes back into the deep slot. That had to go through about 6 different bodies. But the Lightning doing a good job of battling against the player who's going for the puck rather than fishing for the puck. There's a big difference. If you're standing around fishing for the puck, hoping that you're going to get it before they do, that's when you get in trouble. But if you go to a man and make sure your guy doesn't get to it before you, you're way farther ahead. And that's what I saw in that play.
Lightning gather the puck. Perbix had that one go off his skates. Back inside the line. Here's Pat Maroon. Maroon, who's been to 4 consecutive Stanley Cup Finals. Talk about playoff experience. This one goes all the way down the ice, and Perbix back to get it. Perbix back to Pat Maroon. Maroon looks up ice, trying to find Perry. Touching the way through, no icing. Reset by Riley to Luke Shen, who led the NHL in hits this year. Marner lost his footing. Shoveled back inside the Toronto blue line, and now Riley mishandles the puck. Here's Kerfoot. Kerfoot at center. Angle out by Belmar, who's got one of the Lightning goals so far tonight. Sergachev cuts back on Kerfoot, gets it away to Colton. Colton left side, dumps the puck in. Here's Asimon. He's been a buzzsaw to start this game. His first in the playoffs. Yarncroke falls down. Here's Asimon. Back up the boards for Calle Yarncroke. He'll put this one across to Giordano, and back in it goes. Colton went for a hit on Giordano. He was ready for that. Colton takes that hit from McCabe. And now Matthews. He's got some space with the Lightning changing. Steps in. Here's Bunting, and his shot is blocked by Cole.
What a nice play by Cole. They were in trouble there because of the depth Toronto got on the Matthews rush.
Killorn backs it into the line, dumps it in. McCabe's up there. It's his old Chicago teammate Hagel on top of him. Now Surly back towards the net, and it is blocked in front. Brody trying to get away. Can't get away from Hagel. Matthews takes him down.
We got two of the best takeaway artists in the entire National Hockey League, Brandon Hagel and Mitch Marner. Anytime they're on the ice, anywhere close, players who have the puck have to realize they're out there because they steal it. Pick your pocket.
Marner number 1, Hagel a close second. Perbix, centering attempt, knocked down by Ryan O'Reilly, a Stanley Cup champion with the Blues in 2019, and Conn Smythe winner, trying to center it, and get it through, goes into the corner for Nylander. He'll walk it out towards the back of Clark, quick shot, knocked down, rebound to O'Reilly, back to Giordano, Ryan O'Reilly with a shot, and then whistles high. Nylander puts it back across, bounces away from Hall and outside the line. Intensity has picked up big time. Toronto's regained its balance, but they are down 2, nearing the late stages, or in the late stages of this first period. Here's a wraparound attempt. Campus there, cleared up by Maroon. To the line, held by Shen. Shen back down low. Aston Reese leans on Sergachev. And it comes free for Perry. The outlet to Maroon, who knocks that one out. Sam Lafferty picks it up. Lightning change on the fly. Here comes Morgan Riley. Riley left side, drops it back. Kerfoot with a shot. And a save by Vasilevsky. McCabe back down low for Noel Achari. He's muscled by Hedman. And the Lightning are going to clear this one again. Here's Nick Paul, straight up the middle of the ice. Drops it off, calls it back in front. And that shot is stopped and held by Samsonov. Game 1 is underway in Toronto. It is 2-0.
I told myself I was okay with my moderate to severe rheumatoid arthritis symptoms.
With my psoriatic arthritis symptoms. But just okay isn't okay.
And I was done settling.
If you still have symptoms after a TNF blocker like Humira or Enbrel, Rinvoq is different and may help. Rinvoq is a once-daily pill that can dramatically relieve RA and PSA symptoms, including fatigue for some. It can stop joint damage, and in PSA, can leave skin clear or almost clear.
Rinvoq can lower your ability to fight infections, including TB, serious infections and blood clots, some fatal, cancers including lymphoma and skin cancer, death, heart attack, stroke, and tears in the stomach or intestines occurred. People 50 and older with at least one heart disease risk factor have higher risks. Don't take if allergic to Rinvoq, as serious reactions can occur. Tell your doctor doctor if you are or may become pregnant.
Done settling?
Ask your rheumatologist for Rinvoq.
And take back what's yours.
Learn how AbbVie could help you save.
Listen closely, and you can hear it. Every year it begins as a soft rumble out to the west. Then, a crackle in the distance. The skies loosen, the heavens open, a wicked sound bellows. And the lightning strike back.
Back in Toronto, there's the score, 2-0, and here it's tonight's Coors Light Beating the Pressure feature.
One of the biggest names that Toronto Maple Leafs brought in at the trade deadline, Ryan O'Reilly. His nickname is Factor, and he certainly was in his years, especially with St. Louis, having won the Stanley Cup and the Conn Smythe as the best player in those 4 years with St. Louis in the playoffs. He had 49 points in 51 games. That's great stuff, of course, but it's that calming factor that he has. And he came in right away here to Toronto and just kind of went, hey guys, everything's fine. And that's one of the things that he does. He has that kind of personality that he can just calm it down at the right time, but when he gets out on the ice, he plays like an animal. And so he really is a terrific leader in that way. The question will be, as the series goes on, how much will he play against Braden Point, because he is more of a shutdown guy. But having said that, I showed you all the points that he's had also. But you can't afford to have Austin Matthews sitting on the bench, too, in favor of Ryan O'Reilly if Braden Point's going to play a lot. So that's the chess match that the coaches go through behind the scenes, just one of them.
He's got a Selke trophy in his trophy case for top defensive forward in the National Hockey League.
But you know what? Matthews is an underrated two-way center. I mean, he's outstanding with the puck and a great goal scorer and everything. But he is very conscientious, gotten better and better year over year defensively.
He's also a heavy guy, too. He's not afraid to throw his weight around.
No doubt.
So sent down. Icing waved off. Samsonov leads it there for Luke Shen. Shen up to Riley. Under 2 minutes to play, as Paul had O'Reilly lined up for that hit. Now it's inside the Lightning blue line, picked up by Marner. Marner tried to center it, could not. Nick Paul with the outlet to Alex Killorn. Killorn will step into the line, he'll crisscross, leaves it for Hagel. Hagel's shot, save, rebound again, and Hagel is right there to try to get another shot away. Here's Radish. Radish back down low. Killorn giving a bump from behind there by Matthews. Nice little play there by Matthews to use that frame and make the outlet pass, get it out through center, and then is blown down at the Toronto blue line.
Fantasy 5 isn't just a nocturnal game anymore. Now there's a midday draw.
Seize the midday with the new Fantasy 5 draw.
Lightning, of course, have two defensemen out there that are rookies when it comes to the playoffs. Darren Radish is one of them. Nick Perbix is the other. They've been handling themselves just fine so far. It's nice to get off to a good start and be in the league. Darren Radish has had absolutely a terrific year and just went right by Fleury and Zach Bogosian to take a spot here as a starting six. Same thing with Perbix. No experience means you don't have any bad experience either, and I don't mind that. They're good players.
Radish is from Toronto. He must be loving this moment. And now a penalty call coming up. And it's going to be a holding call, and this is going to be another Lightning power play.
Yeah, Brody's going to the box there. Just a little tug on the shoulders backwards of Stamkos.
78, Toronto's got a minor for a hold.
Just that little tug backwards. Watch 91. Good body position there. It's the free hands. And he does. He kind of strips them and allows Toronto to get the puck. It's a good call. The Toronto fans, of course, don't like it too much. So big opportunity here for the Lightning, of course, to try and score a goal, get some opportunities on the net, and continue the offensive pressure that they've had here in this first period.
Here in the final minute of this first period, and that puck is pulled back into the corner. Toronto had a very good penalty kill earlier in this period, and they start with a clear down the ice. Mikhail Sergachev flips it back towards the net, and then is picked up by Braden Point. Here comes Point. In for Killorn, back in front, knocked down by the Leafs, and cleared again.
It's not a bad idea to try and make a pass like that as a threat right on the rush to somebody going to the net. Too often they go down the wall and wait to get set up. Sometimes it gets the defender's attention and sets up things later.
Out in front for point backhander. And that's knocked down. Rebound. Cologne, time winding down here. 5 seconds to go. Kucherov scores! Nikita Kucherov with a one-time blast makes it 3-0. Lightning with 2.6 on the clock.
Samsonov's body language is telling it all. I don't know if he didn't see the pass coming across, couldn't see the shots, but he was really slow moving across. And he left way too much on the short side. Watch the goaltender. I don't think he was blocked. Maybe this view will give us a better idea of what he didn't see. Oh, you know what? I got to take that back. Giordano comes across, but Giordano's a little late. He's upright. He's trying to block it like a goaltender with his leg. I don't think Samsonov saw it, and he was not up against the post on the short side.
Well, we're wondering, could they flip the switch? They have stunned this building with 3 goals in the first, and it is a 3-0 lead. And here's what's coming up on the Suncoast Hyundai Dealers First Intermission Report. Paul Kennedy and Dave Andrechuk are standing by in the studio back in Tampa with highlights, stats, and analysis. Plus, they're going to look back at last night's action in the Stanley Cup playoffs, opening night, including a couple of overtime thrillers. Meantime, the story here in Toronto, this first-round rematch. The Lightning back to their playoff form, up by 3 on Valley.
This is the Business of Hockey, presented by Mid-Florida, Florida's community credit union. I'm Paul Kennedy. Being a rookie in the NHL isn't easy. All of a sudden, young athletes thrust into the public eye. So the National Hockey League Players Association created the Rookie Orientation Program in 2013. And approximately 90 players every year are selected to attend. For 3 days in summer, they undergo sensitivity training, in addition to personal branding and finance classes.
This is Catherine, a dream maker. Thinks she's giving her money to a big bank? Paying fees for this thing, that thing, and everything? Nope. Catherine is a member of Mid-Florida Credit Union, where profits go back to members, lower rates on loans, mortgages, and that new business she started last week. Catherine is the CEO of Catherine, and now she has an extra $200 in her pocket. Your life, your money, your credit union. Mid-Florida.
You're looking pleased with yourself.
Not to brag, but I just switched to Verizon.
So you got an awesome network.
And when I switched, I got to choose the phone I wanted for free, not bragging.
You're bragging.
Oh, he's bragging.
Who, me? Never. Oh, excuse me. Hello, Your Royal Highness, sir.
Okay, that's a brag.
Hey, Mom, I gotta call you back.
Switch and choose the phone you want, like the incredible iPhone 14 on us.
On the network worth bragging about.
Verizon.
I'm normally a calm, collected person, but with the stress of playoff hockey, I get a little carried away. No! Introducing the Bally Sports TV Screensaver, which will protect your TV screen from any and all remote control throwing sparked by the following events: blown leads, boneheaded penalties, missed calls, getting burned 5-hole, and more. Learn more at SaveMyScreen.net and watch the first round of the Stanley Cup playoffs on Bally Sports.
Did you know the human heart beats over 100,000 times a day? Pretty cool, huh? But when the Lightning are playing, wow, that's a lot of beats. Bally Sports Sun, heart of the fan, home of the Lightning. Some moments are best left forgotten. Then there are the moments that force you to remember. Moments that must be hunted down. That scream out, not just for redemption, but for a reckoning. It's time for playoff hockey. It's time to strike back.
Welcome to the Hyundai Intermission Report. Tampa Bay with the heart of a lion. And it is Nikita Kucherov on the power play. 2.6 seconds remaining. And the Bolts have struck 3 times against Toronto in Scotiabank Arena and lead 3-0. Dave Andrechuk, Paul Kennedy, how impressed are you with this first 20 minutes?
Well, they silenced the rowdy crowd there in Toronto early in this game, and they continued to play that way through the whole period. You know, when you look at the way this team finished the year, I don't think a lot of people were expecting this kind of start from the Lightning, other than probably those guys in the room knowing that the experience they have, let's go out and play our game, and it couldn't have gone any better for them.
With all the excitement, the emotion in Scotiabank tonight, Tampa Bay plays with the lead. It takes them just 78 seconds to get on the board. It's an evening in which age is served. The oldest skater at the age of 38, Pierre-Edouard Bellemare, with his first of the playoffs.
What a move here by Corey Perry is that's wall he goes around, and then he throws it on goal, hangs onto it, and it's Bellemare just hanging around the front of the net. He backhands that in. That fourth line has been really good. And then that Cirelli line, it's just pressure on the puck. The Toronto Maple Leafs kind of standing around watching to make their goaltender make a save. It's a little spinorama by Hagel, and then it's Anthony Cirelli. He jumps on that one. That was at the just over the 7-minute mark. And then on the power play, it's Kucherov with the one-timer. Giordano comes out to block this shot. He misses the block, and it goes in on the short side. The goaltender had no chance on that one. He was not over on the post, but he couldn't pick that one up, and it's 3-0 for the Lightning, who outshot the Toronto Maple Leafs 15-10 in that period.
And the school bus line heard from at the outset of this game. Cirelli with his 15th career playoff goal. Brandon Hagel the assist. Kuch his 53rd career postseason goal.
And they stayed out of the box. No power plays for the Toronto Maple Leafs. I think that's the key also. They didn't give him any momentum in the period. Vasi came up with a couple of big saves. But not a lot of grade A chances. No outnumbered situations for the Toronto Maple Leafs at all. The Lightning did a good job of getting the puck deep and making them come 200.
So Vasi stops all 10 shots fired his way. Tampa Bay leading 3-0. Through the first, we'll touch upon other games taking place of the 16 teams that are in the chase for the Silver Chalice tonight. Game 1, best of 7. Tampa Bay in Toronto. Here on Bally Sports.
Some moments are best left forgotten. Then there are the moments that force you to remember. Moments that must be hunted down. That scream out, not just for redemption, but for a reckoning. It's time for playoff hockey. It's time to strike back.
It's your journey. Own every mile in the Hyundai Elantra. Lease an Elantra for $209 a month, or get 0.9% APR for 48 months, or get $750 bonus cash. Visit buyhyundai.com.
They need a lawn back fast. And you need Scott's turf builder Rapid Grass. It grows grass 2 times faster than just seed the lawn. Giving you a stronger lawn. Smell that breathe away.
Get Scott's turf builder Rapid Grass today. It's guaranteed.
Feed it, lawn. Feed it.
Full-on Aussie, starting at a down-under price of just $16.99. Enjoy our sirloin with new Aussie chook ribs, or paired with a lobster tail, whatever you like. Top things off with some Bonza Tim Tam brownie cake. It's full-on Aussie time for a limited time, only at Outback Steakhouse.
Who is Emily Motor Oil? In all 50 states, in over 100 countries, for more than 100 years, we've kept the gears turning. the pistons firing, and the machinery moving. We're the largest family-owned, privately held manufacturer of superior quality motor oils and industrial lubricants in North America. That's Amalie Motor Oil. Better than it has to be since 1903.
Outback's going full-on Aussie, starting at a down-under price of just $16.99. Enjoy our sirloin with new Aussie chook ribs, or paired with a lobster tail, whatever you like. Top things off with some Bonza Tim Tam brownie cake. It's full-on Aussie time for a limited time, only at Outback Steakhouse.
The Stanley Cup Playoffs on Bally Sports is presented by your Suncoast Hyundai dealers and by the Florida Lottery. Since 1988, the Florida Lottery has contributed more than $42 billion to education. The view from above, Scotiabank Arena in the heart of Toronto. And back home on the Bay, hockey parents, are you looking for the perfect camp for your child this summer? Join Tampa-Bэй Lightning alumni and staff for one of our Tampa-Bэй Lightning ice hockey camps, offering camps for skaters, goalies of all skill levels between the ages of 5 to 15, all throughout the Bay, including a girls-only camp. Space is limited, so visit lightninghockeydevelopment.com/ice camps, and you can register this evening. Hello once again from our Rooms to Go Lounge. Dave Anderchuk, Paul Kennedy. What do you think's going on at Sparkman Wharf tonight? Viewing party. Are they enjoying this?
Wild there, absolutely.
Hello to all of you. 3-0 Bolts through this. Of course, there are 16 teams skating for the Stanley Cup chase now. Last night, Dave, some overtime thrillers out west and a couple of surprises.
Yeah, 2 road teams win games. That's impressive. And this game in Edmonton up twice by 2-goal leads. And then it's Alex Alfaro. He ends up scoring an overtime goal. They did tie this game with about 2 minutes to go. Anze Kopitar tied it, and then they win in overtime on the power play. Minnesota goes into Dallas and wins in double overtime there. Hardman with the goal there. Kaprizov also had a goal in that game. Sam Steele had one also. He gets an assist on this. Kind of a lucky bounce. Goes right to Ryan Hartman. And they win the game at game 1 in Dallas. And you look at the other games, Boston, obviously, against the Florida Panthers. They win that game 3-1. And the Carolina New York Islanders, a 2-1 game there, as we knew it would be a low-scoring game. But those 2 home teams in the East take care of business. The other 2 out west, the road teams won game 1.
An eventful evening in New York. The Devils and the Rangers playing. Tarasenko along with Kreider have both scored for New York. The New York Rangers, they lead the Devils 2-0. We will have highlights from that game in our second intermission. We're going to take you back to Scotiabank Arena. Dave Randolph, Brian England, their thoughts following Pierre-Edouard Bellemare, Anthony Cirelli, and Cooch on the power play. Have the Bolts in front of Toronto, 3-0 on Valley Sports.
Life is a journey full of small steps and giant victories. So when you need urgent care, primary care, or specialized care, care that is life-saving or life-changing, online, offline, and close to home, Advent Health's connected network of care, rooted in over 100 years of medical expertise, is here to help you feel whole. Discover the Advent Health difference at yourcareyournetwork.com.
Bolts fans, the day after the Bolts get the W, you win with Papa John's. Get 50% off pizzas at regular menu price the day after a Bolts victory. Just use promo code BoltsW at papajohns.com. Papa John's, the official pizza of the Tampa-Bэй Lightning.
Of all the places to buy a new mattress, why choose Rooms to Go? That's easy. The same reasons millions of you trust us for your furniture. Our amazing selection, affordable prices, and a helpful sales team that will find you the perfect mattress at the perfect low sale price. From top brands like Sealy, Serta, Beauty Rest, and Kingsdown, to mattress in a box brands like Nectar, Purple, and Casper. Sleep well and save on a new mattress during the Rooms to Go store-wide mattress sale.
When you need to find a new roommate, there's a route for that.
Get 2.9% APR for 36 months on a new 2023 Toyota RAV4. Toyota, let's go places.
Celsius, essential energy. Live fit.
Integrity, character, service, honesty. Those words say something, but they mean nothing unless you back them up. At Ed Morse, if we say it, we mean it. And when we say you're backed by Morse, we mean we have your back now for miles down the road. Remember, you're always backed by Morse.
This is great.
It's a Frontier Fiber Internet with YouTube TV.
We have cable.
Oh.
Make your move. Uncable yourself. Get fiber internet with YouTube TV and save up to $400 your first year from Frontier.
Eligible Cadillac lessees get this low mileage lease on this 2023 Cadillac XT5 for around $469 per month. Visit your local Cadillac dealer today.
Lightning Hockey is presented by BMW. We are in downtown Toronto with the Tampa-Bэй Lайтnинг had an excellent opening 20 minutes in this first round series of 3-0. Dave Brandar back with you alongside Brian Engblom. What a first period indeed. The last 32 games for the Lightning in the regular season, they scored 24 first period goals combined, over 32 goals, 3 tonight in game 1 of the Stanley Cup playoffs. What did they do well?
Yeah, in the playoffs, it starts with one shift and then one period. There's still a long ways to go, but I think the fact that the fourth line scored the first goal of the game by some great work. The forecheck, they had Toronto, who looked very uptight with the puck, crisscrossing in front of their own net, making bad plays. The Lightning sensed it, got on him right away. Look at the forecheck here, close support, win a puck battle, get it back to the net again. That impressed me in many ways too. Didn't overpass, didn't overthink it, turn around, get it to the net as quickly as you can. Retrieve again, use the wall when you have to. Use the distance back to the point and then down low again. All of these things. The entries were outstanding. The calm, because after they scored a goal or two, then of course you can kind of get in that zone and force Toronto to defend all the time. And that kept the puck out of the hands of Marner and Matthews and Nylander and Tavares. A really good first period. Really good. They couldn't have drawn it up much better when they were thinking about letting it into it. And look at the 4 key stats here. No surprise. Look at the possession time in the offensive zone. Heavily in favor. Of course, the Lightning had a couple of power plays. But look at the bottom line. That's the one I like too. Controlled entries. Toronto early on backed off their blue line, and the Lightning pushed them back with some speed. But again, I think the fact that they didn't make a lot of east-west plays on their rushes helped them an awful lot. Everything went to the net very quickly, and because of that, look at all those numbers, which were heavily in favor of the Lightning, and they're up 3-0. You go back to the last 12 games of the season, Dave, they lose 8 out of the last 12 games. People are doubting them all over the place. Coop talked about that. He kind of almost had a little smile about, hey, this is the first time we've been an underdog in a while. And it looks like those 8 losses in the last 12 games looks like the biggest rope-a-dope that we've seen in a while.
It is early, but
yeah, it's one period.
Right.
Wow, what a response.
Yeah, that's the best first period we've seen of this team in a while. And considering the situation here, Stanley Cup playoffs have begun. They know what time of year it is. See what type of response and adjustments the Toronto Maple Leafs make here on home ice. Toronto has had their 2 best seasons in franchise history in each of the last 2 years. Another 50-win season for them. Here comes Chernak up the ice. Chernak takes the puck wide. Hangs on to it. Trying to get it away to Brandon Hagel, and that's taken away by the Leafs. Ryan O'Reilly goes on to the backhand. Captain in there, the forecheck. Ian Cole makes the outlets play, and the Lightning are out of their own zone. Here's Hagel again. Career high, 30-goal season for him, 60 points. Hagel hangs onto the puck, trying to go inside the points. And it's picked up by Matthews.
You can expect the big guys like Matthews and Marner to start handling the puck a lot. You're down by 3 goals. You got nothing to lose. This is when you lean on your top guys, and boy, are they skilled. They can come back in a heartbeat.
And here's Matthews, dishes. There's a shot in front of the pass. And it got into traffic, and Bunting was unable to get a shot away. Bunting, who's been in the middle of a lot here. Here comes Point, who's always in the middle of it. Down the ice, Point with a shot, and he whips it wide. Gives in by Radish. Back into the corner for Braden Point. 51 goals in the season. Career highs in goals and points. Now it's Colton. Colton angled off, gets it back to the line for Sergachev. Across to Radish. His shot never got through, and it bounces away from Brody. T.J. Brody. Forced back by Killorn. In goes Colton, heavily on that forecheck against McCabe.
Nice job by Radish standing up right at the red line there, not letting that long pass to Bunting, get to Bunting, and get it deep in the zone right away. That's good stuff from Radish.
You know, the 3 guys making their playoff debuts, Perbix, Radish, and Asimon, I think both of them all look calm, cool, and
absolutely, yeah. And again, the Lightning being able to score early, of course, took a lot of pressure off them there, but some really good stuff.
Here's Shen. Shen up ahead to Lafferty. Sam Lafferty. He's hit hard there by Ian Cole. Camp back down low. Lafferty and Cole are still jousting big time in behind the net. This one comes to the line. Controlled by Camp. Camp to Shen. Shen with a shot, and it rolls in on Vasilevsky. He's got it, and he hangs on.
Lafferty with a good battle there against Ian Cole for sure. Toronto has changed their bottom 6 an awful lot. They changed 4 of the 6 from last year's playoff. There's the battle in front. Again, Lightning, good body position. Box out as best you can. Let your goaltender see it as best you can. And don't turn around and be looking down and trying to fish for pucks. Vasilevsky was able to find that one, put his glove on top of it. But that's one of the things I like also. The Lightning were not in pressure a lot in their own zone in the first period. But when they were, they boxed out really well, and they played the man before any of their men got the puck. That's a really good efficiency.
John Tavares on the face-off there, trying to work it into the middle with the help of O'Reilly. There's a wrist shot that goes just wide. Picked up out of the corner by O'Reilly. Back to Hall. Hall puts this one across. Mark Giordano's going to step in. His shot up high, and it rattles to the near boards. Mark Giordano, a longtime veteran, a Toronto boy himself, 39 years of age. Trying to take a run at an elusive Stanley Cup for his hometown team. Here's Nylander. Trying to cut around the outside. Gets it away to Marner. Marner shakes the check. Centers it, and that quick shot goes just wide. As the big 3 are together on this shift, Marner and Matthews and Nylander.
Yeah, that was a good shift by the big 3 guys. They have to get something going for sure. John Tavares is absolutely a terrific leader. He was talking the other day about his longtime center iceman, and he likes to play center, so much like his boyhood buddy, Steven Stamkos. But both of them, over time, have become wingers. But Tavares mentioned the fact that, yeah, I'm fine on the wall, and he will win those board battles. But he said, I have to battle my way into the middle of the ice in the offensive zone and not stay on the outside. He's good at it.
Asimont, angled out there by Morgan Riley. Asimont stays with it. Threw it out in front where it's picked up by Marner. Stretch pass, missed to Mark. This one's going to go all the way down for an icing against the Maple Leafs.
The 2 captains of the team grew up playing with each other and against each other. Tavares and Steven Stamkos, both terrific careers, both #1 picks overall. Stammer should have more games played, but of course he's had many serious injuries, got more points, and he's got more goals. But both just absolutely terrific players, and both started as centers and have been playing more wing than center over the last couple of years.
Killorn bumps Marner. Marner gets the puck back, steps in over the line with Bunting and Matthews. They don't get far. It's turned over, and here come the Lightning with an off-man rush. Head going in, waits. His pass goes off a body of Riley, I believe, is just wide. Sergachev feeds it down low. Killorn picks up the loose puck, walks it out. Alex Killorn up high. And his shot knocked down by Shen. Shen quickly back up to Matthews. He lost his footing. And it's turned over again. Sent in on Samsonov, and he will hold on for a face-off.
Lightning do a good job in the neutral zone. They get Luke Shen standing up the bottom of your screen. There's a turnover inside the zone, and there's Shen standing up on Killorn, who's actually at the blue line. Then the Lightning are on their way out, the last second. Morgan Rielly does a nice job as he get a leg on this, as Hagel does a nice job of disguising the play like he's going to shoot and then passes across. It was actually a 3-on-1 for a second there, but Toronto escapes without even a shot on net.
Achari wins that face-off against Belmar. And it slips it out to center. Played with a high stick by Maroon. And we get the whistle.
Pushing and shoving, but nothing that big going on so far. Pat Maroon will keep an eye on that. And speaking of that, too, of guys who know how to drop the mids, Tanner Jeannot has been skating the last couple of days. For Lightning fans who haven't kept track the last few days leading to Game 1, Jeannot looked like he had hurt himself so badly. The fact that he's skating again is outstanding. There is no timetable for him, but the fact that he's back on blades really makes it look good for the nearer future than the further future.
John Cooper saying a couple of days ago that what looked like week to week has been upgraded to day for Jeannot. I was watching him skate out there today, and he's moving around.
Yeah. And when he went down, boy, it was ugly the way that leg corkscrewed underneath him. And good to see that he's back on the blades.
Nylander steps around Perry, dishes off. Sent in by Giordano. Comes back up the boards for Pat Maroon, and back down the ice it goes. Samsonov's going to lead it for McCabe. McCabe a long pass, off the stick with Noel Achari. Achari has been to one Stanley Cup final with the Boston Bruins back in 2019 against Ryan O'Reilly's Blues. Here's Yarncroft. Yarncroft chips that one in. Back into the corner it goes. There's a big hit by Achari on the end goal. Crowd responds. That's what Achari was brought in here to do. And now Achari is tangled up behind the play with Kucherov. Yeah,
Achari's going to do a lot of that. He's got experience, and he's a tough guy to play against at center ice.
Kerfoot wrist shot, blocker down by Vasilevsky. Nikita Kucherov has got that big power play goal in the final minute with just seconds remaining in the first period. Back up the ice comes Lafferty. Lafferty with a shot kicked aside by Vasilevsky. And right to Kucherov. Kucherov saw that hit coming from Aston Reese. Leafs do not let it get deep into their zone. Sent back in by Zach Aston Reese. Down low is Lafferty. He's pinned by Radish. Comes free now, and in front there's Camp trying to wrap around shot, and Vasilevsky met him in sight. Sent back around the boards. Shen back towards the net, off the leg, in behind the goal. Matthews trying to pick it out of there. Matthews centers it, looking for Marner, and a good stick by Paul.
Getting the balance right of not sitting back too much, but playing solid defense and make Toronto work for every inch of the ice. Toronto's got nothing to lose, and you're going to see these big boys out a lot for them.
And here they come again. There's Marner back to Matthews. He was upended, crowd roaring for a call, none coming. Lightning back down the ice. Killorn with a wrist shot, deflected up and over the Leaf goal.
I think he just toe-picked or caught an edge. I don't think anybody touched them there, and the referees didn't make the call.
Here's Hagel walking out of the corner, centers it, looking for Killorn. Back to the line, Chernak. His shot stopped by Samsonov. Tell you what, tonight there's been a lot of rebounds available from Samsonov. Meantime, at the end of that play, there's a big hit. That was Chernak. Whistle had gone. I believe that's Bunting who's dusting himself.
This is a brutal penalty. This is a brutal penalty. Roughing. Yeah, the whistle went. But Chernak sees Bunting coming, so he's going to make sure he protects himself. The guy's right on him. So he just flips his arm at him. Bunting comes right out. Watch where Bunting is. Does he come in and touch him? Yeah, he does. Okay, so stay away from me. Yeah, that's why Coop doesn't like that one. I don't either.
So John Cooper's penalty killer is coming over the boards for the first time tonight.
The Tampa General Hospital Neuroscience Institute is in the nation's top 10% for neurological services and is a leader in complex cranial care and spinal surgery. Our multidisciplinary team is powered by academic medicine, from award-winning stroke care to premier treatments for epilepsy and movement disorders.
Giving you a window into our life-saving care.
Tampa General Hospital. Other hospitals practice medicine. We define it.
We switched to Liberty Mutual and saved $652. They customize your car insurance, so you only pay for what you need. The money we saved? We thought we'd try electric heat.
In the nation's top 10% for neurological services and is a leader in complex cranial care and spinal surgery. Our multidisciplinary team is powered by academic medicine, from award-winning stroke care to premier treatments for epilepsy and movement disorders.
Giving you a window into our life-saving care.
Tampa General Hospital. Other hospitals practice medicine. We define it.
We switched to Liberty Mutual and saved $652. They customize your car insurance, so you only pay for what you need. With the money we saved, we thought we'd try electric unicycles. Careful, babe. Saving was definitely easier.
Hey, babe, I think I got...
Matthews in over the line, drops it off, and now they'll set things up. Tavares leads him in power play goals this season. He's in front of the net. Riley gets it back from Matthews across to Mitch Marner. Wise hangs on down low. Out in front. They score! Ryan O'Reilly gets Toronto on the board. 3-1 power play goal.
Sergachev is going to move up away from the net. And that creates an opportunity for a 2-on-1. Watch the left side of your screen. I'm not sure why Sergachev, the defenseman, goes up there and the two forwards didn't rotate. Maybe they're working on something different, but this will make a change, I do believe. Because once that pass goes down, now Ian Cole is by himself, and the quick pass, there's not much that Vasilevsky can do. Nice control there by Tavares, off to skate to the stick and right into the wheelhouse for O'Reilly, who has his first goal of the postseason. So I don't expect to see the Lightning D-men jump up that high in penalty killing after this.
He had just one power play goal all season, a season that was marred by injury. There's a hit on Kucherov, and now this crowd is alive here. The Lightning step back inside the line, in towards the net, knocked down. Toronto cuts the deficit to 2. Both teams have struck with a man advantage. Here Stan goes back towards the net. Samsonov tracks up. Back to the line. Points. Gathers it up. Gives it up down to Sergachev. Sergachev crunched there by McCabe. In comes Kucherov with a hit of his own. Back the other way comes Aston Reese. Sweeps it around. Far boards there for Brody. Brody shoves off the puck.
Nice strong move there by Radish defensively in the corner. That's well done.
Sweeps it around. Far boards there for Brody. Brody shoves off the puck.
Nice strong move there by Radish defensively.
Brody shoves off the puck.
Nice strong move there by Radish defensively in the corner. That's well done.
Sweeps it around. Far boards there for Brody. Brody shoves off the puck.
Nice strong move there by Radish to done. Looking for it. Watch him move to his left here. That's a terrific play by Belmar to Perry. Boy, has this line been dangerous. Virtually every shift they've been out there.
An excellent stop down low. Keeps it 3-1.
And the Belmar line again, super dangerous, but maybe this is the save that Samsonov was looking for. Watch him move to his left here. That's a terrific play by Belmar to Perry. Boy, has this line been dangerous. Virtually every shift they've been out there. Corey Perry gets loose off to the side, and the redirection is there, but the read is there by Samsonov, and he gets to Pat and the glove there with Pat Maroon all over everything. Another strong shift. Toronto inching their way certainly back into this game. And you know, Samsonov needed a big save or two in order to get himself. He looked rattled after that third goal went in when he didn't get to the near side post on the Kucherov power play goal.
That one goes in, you know, right after the Leafs had scored. This one could have been over. But he keeps it 3-1, nearing the midway point of this second period. Good face-off win by Tampa Bay. There's the shot, and it goes high. Penalty call coming up here. Going to be against the Leafs. Cross-checking is going to be the call, and it's going to be Shen headed to the box.
Rough play in front of the net. They're not letting them do much, apparently.
Number 2, Toronto, minor penalty for cross-checking.
Shen's going to play that way. It's what he does. It's what he does best. In front of the net, he plays hard. And in the corners, he plays hard. And actually, when they see, they could have called it elbowing, I guess. He did not have two hands on the stick, so it's not technically a cross-check, but that's what he's thinking in there. It's still the same 2-minute penalty, though.
Third power play of the night for the Lightning. They're 1 for 2 on the power play goal by Kucherov in the first period. Stamkos going to take this face-off. He's had one of his best seasons in the face-off circle, and he wins this one. Oh, that shot just missed from Kucherov. Off the face-off win from Stamkos. Kucherov out of the corner. Back to Stamkos. Waits, shoots, and that's blocked. Couple of great chances right off the bat. This man advantage. Back up top, Sergachev to Stamkos. Stamkos kicks it back to Sergachev. Here's Kucherov. Point, waits, shoots. Stopped by Samsonov. Back in front. Stamkos hangs on. Sergachev with a shot. It's blocked. Rebound to the line, not out.
That was Marner with a block.
Snap back in. Kucherov. Sergachev. Stamkos in hole this time with a shot block. Big pressure on this penalty-killing unit. Sergachev waits. He'll shoot. Camp with a shot block, and they get it out. And now it's a race. Marner down the ice. Sergachev is back there. There's a wrist shot that goes high. Now Marner again causing problems. Sidesteps a couple of checks, and he's gassed. He's got to get off. Meantime, here come the Lightning up the ice. Wide side feed to Perry. Perry back to Kucherov, and a save again by Samsonov. 44 seconds remain in this high-powered power play for the Lightning. Big clear by the Leafs.
Yeah, big response by this power play. After the power play goal by Toronto, I think it was important for the big guys to be a threat there and get their feel back, and they did.
Radish lost the handle to Kerfoot, and Kerfoot gets it to Ryan O'Reilly. O'Reilly who's got the Leaf goal. Kerfoot. They take more time off the clock. Now here comes Hagel. With some pop down the ice, and McKay caught a piece of him. He gets it in deep. Morgan Riley sends it around the boards, hustling after it is Cole. Back to the line, quick shot, knocked down, quickly back up. Here's O'Reilly. O'Reilly with Riley catching up, and he can't get a shot away. Penalty call coming up. Net is off to Morris, and it's going to be a slashing call against Tampa Bay. They've killed it off. And now the Leafs with a power play when we come back to Game
1. The new 2023 GMC Sierra AT4X is equipped to conquer the great outdoors. Or the great indoors. Welcome to the peak of premium off-roading. Or get 2.9% APR for 5 years and no monthly payments for 90 days on turbo high-output engine Sierra light-duty elevation crew cab models.
A rebel took to the streets. He recruited others to join him. They roamed the hood and challenged authority. Community leaders feared them. Religious leaders abhorred them. We have to get them off the streets, they said. But they weren't part of a gang spreading hate and terror. They were spreading love.
BMW iX is electricity in its ultimate form. An elegant trailblazer that's equal parts power and intelligence. With impeccable interior details, a range of up to 324 miles, and a panoramic moonroof for every shade of luxury. It's 100% electric and 100% BMW. BMW, the ultimate electric driving machine. Free is the 2023 BMW iX xDrive 50 for $999 per month.
Ross Colton in the penalty box for slashing. Good reaction by the Lightning, actually, after they turn the puck over. Top of your screen here, it's the quick up. And it's O'Reilly with Riley jumping up on defense. I thought Ross Colton did a really good job of reacting to Riley jumping out of the hole. Yeah, he whacked his stick. But, and he very probably saved the goal there because Morgan Riley was not able to take the pass from O'Reilly. But they called it the slash just because he hit the shaft of the stick. So Lightning are killing a penalty again.
Toronto 1-for-1, just one shot, and it went in. Ryan O'Reilly with a power play goal. Tavares with one of the assists. He's got the puck right now, and there's a strong clear down the ice by Ian Cole. Lightning once again have been very good getting the big kill when they need it, and they need one right now because this building is alive again. Into the line, Matthews drops it off for O'Reilly. He battles for the puck, trying to chop it ahead, and this one is not cleared. Trying to get a chance to get it out. They did not. There's a shot and a save.
You got to try and get it and hammer the puck out of the zone if you're Chernak.
Belmar pulls that back. Cole strong around the boards. Marner holds it in, back into the corner. O'Reilly back to Mitch Marner. Marner hangs on, looks across to Morgan Riley. Walks the line. Riley looking for options, gives it up to Marner. Marner's pass off the mark, was looking for Matthews. It ended up with Chernak, and down it goes.
This is a big part of the game right here. A big penalty kill. Don't let Toronto back in the game and narrow it down to 3-2.
Here comes Morgan Riley. Drops this one out for Nylander. Nylander in. Big shot block by Radish. Rebound to Marner. Chop it in by William Nylander. Sitting down for Radish. Can't clear it. Picked up again by Nylander. They've set things up again with half a minute to go in this man advantage. Out of the corner, it's William Nylander. He's got Tavares parked right in front. Goes back to the line for Matthews. Nylander, top of the circles, hangs on, waits, looks, shoots, scores! It's another power play goal, and it's 3-2.
Nylander's a 40-goal scorer. What a shot this is. And look how calm he is. The Lightning have to back down. But the screen in front, too. Big-time screen for Vasilevsky. Vasilevsky's up on his toes. John Tavares has got the perfect screen going. Vasilevsky goes down. The puck is traveling up over his shoulder. The timing is perfect. Vasi's down and to the left. The shot is up and to the right. And that's because of Tavares taking his eyes away.
Second best power play in the National Hockey League this season has struck twice to get the Leafs back into this one. And the Lightning's lead is down to 1. 6:49 to go in the second period. Nobody said this was going to be easy.
No doubt about that. And now you've got the top players on both teams really feeling it. Now you start to have a series already. Sometimes it takes a while for the top players on both teams to really get going offensively. But there's Nylander with a goal. You've got O'Reilly with a goal and is set up by Tavares, and you've got, of course, Kucherov on the power play.
Lightning trying to work it up the boards. Leafs trying to hold it in there, and they do. McCabe puts it back down low, cut off by Nick Paul. All up ahead to A-Simons. And now Mikey A-Simons. Oh, he is really hammered by McCabe, and he is woozy. Getting to the bench. In goes Paul and McCabe as Mikey A-Simons is in trouble over on the Lightning bench.
Yeah, Nick Paul tried to call on McCabe. McCabe's keeping his arms down.
Here's a chance in front, and it's cleared away by Achari. And we got a penalty call coming up here. Another slashing call as the temperature has gone up considerably in this one.
Jake McCabe's been the most aggressive guy when it comes to making big body checks. He's had a couple along the wall, and does he ever catch A-Simons with his head down? A-Simons wants to cut back in. There's nothing wrong with the hit. Jake McCabe steps up, and he pops him with the shoulder. A-Simons inside out, and he gets right on the side of the head, right on the side of the jaw.
64 Toronto, minor penalty.
And there's the slash. Coming back on the play as David Kampf slash on the shaft of the stick, which is no different than the Ross Colton penalty for slashing. The fans are watching the replay and they're not liking this. We see A-Simons, he's going to go back. He's probably going to have to go to the quiet room for them to take a look at him here because of that blow to the side of the head. But the referees are calling it tight, especially the stick work. Anything is being called a penalty right now, quite frankly.
Last 3 goals in this game have been scored with a man advantage, and this
fans are watching the replay and they're not liking this. We see A-Simons, he's going to go back. He's probably going to have to go to the quiet room for them to take a look at him here because of that blow to the side of the head. But the referees are calling it tight, especially the stick work. Anything is being called a penalty right now, quite frankly.
Last 3 goals in this game have been scored with a man advantage, and this,
especially the stick work, anything is being called a penalty right now, quite frankly.
Last 3 goals in this game have been scored with a man advantage, and this will be a great time for the Lightning to answer back. Cirelli on the draw against O'Reilly. Cirelli waved out. In comes Steven Stamkos. Stamkos has it pulled back by O'Reilly. There's a puck battle won by Kucherov, and this one is cleared to the line, but held in by Sergachev. Sergachev in front, saved by Samsonov. Pass across, picked off by Marner. Now points. Back to Sergachev. Sergachev to Kucherov. Points set up in front. They can't get it to him there. Stamkos with a shot. Samsonov the save. Back around, waiting for the corner is Kucherov. Kucherov to point. Point shoots. He scores! A power play goal for Brayden Point. 4-2 Lightning.
This is just spectacular stuff. The big guys on both teams really going at Kucherov and Point. Look at Point along the wall. He's going to bounce off the wall and get inside position on TJ Brodie. That's the key. When Kucherov gets the puck, he sees that Point, he's got inside position. It needs to be the perfect pass, and there's no better guy in the league to do that. Right on the take, Brayden Point is either going to draw a penalty or get a scoring chance. He's cool and calm in the middle of the ice. He grabs the goaltender's attention, waits, and then puts it in on the far side. What a goal.
And Brayden Point, the 51-goal man, is on the board in these Stanley Cup playoffs. One of the most potent goal scorers the Lightning have had in the last 3 years. Blown down just inside the whistle. Wow, what a game we've got going here. What a second period this has been. Another power play goal by Point. Will step aside. Television timeout being brought to you by GM.
You're looking pleased with yourself.
Not to brag, but I just switched to Verizon.
So you got an awesome network.
And when I switched, I got to choose the phone I wanted for free, not bragging.
You're bragging.
Oh, he's bragging. Who, me? Never. Oh, excuse me. Hello, Your Royal Highness, sir.
Okay, that's a brag.
Hey, Mom, I gotta call you back.
Switch and choose the phone you want, like the incredible iPhone 14 on us.
On the network worth bragging about.
Verizon.
It's
the shopping event of the year. The one sales event you don't want to miss. Now at your local Ford dealers, Spring Sell-A-thon. Get great deals on Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks, 46 years straight. Don't miss 0% financing plus $1,000 bonus cash on a 2022 Ford F-150. And check out the 2023 F-150 with available Ford Blue Cruise, the hands-free highway driving technology. Hurry into the Spring Sell-A-thon, only at your local Ford dealer.
Seize the midday with Fantasy 5's new 1:05 p.m. drawing. You could win tens of thousands of dollars for just $1 or up to $500 instantly with Easy Match. Must be 18 or older to play. Play responsibly.
Mikey Aixamont. Saw go to the room. We haven't seen Victor Hedman either, and we haven't got any word yet on.
And check out the 2023 F-150 with available Ford Blue Cruise, the hands-free highway driving technology. Hurry into the Spring Sell-A-thon, only at your local Ford dealer.
Seize the midday with Fantasy 5's new 1:05 p.m. drawing. You could win tens of thousands of dollars for just $1 or up to $500 instantly with Easy Match. Must be 18 or older to play. Play responsibly.
Mikey Aixamont, we saw go to the room. We haven't seen Victor Hedman either, and we haven't got any word yet on what's happening with him, but he has not been out.
The 7:30 start tonight. This one goes in on Vasilevsky. They'll reset and get the personnel they want out there.
And Bunting and Belmar. Bunting got a free one in after that. They're going to let him away with it there, but he had pretty good close-in chop on the hands of Belmar. That's why the words were exchanged. They didn't like what happened on that last face-off, and Bunting got a free shot in. That's what playoff hockey's all about. Get your shots as long as you get away with them and don't cost 2 minutes.
Face-off win by Matthews. For a shot on the way, and it's deflected just wide of that Lightning net, and now Chernak's been hit, and he is down.
Bunting was involved in that one, it looks like, too. I didn't get a good look at that. Yep, Bunting's the one going to the box. Cernak, Bunting, oh yeah, no doubt about that. He popped him big time with that shoulder and forearm right up in the side of the head. That's a deliberate blow to the head here. This is not.
Oh, and you're seeing that called box more often because of that.
Tani lifts one toward right. Judge makes the catch. Ward won't tag. As Judge fires it in towards to him.
Anyway, that was a pretty hittable pitch. And Shohei's going back to the dugout. He just missed that. It's almost right in his zone.
Here's Trout.
See that movement Cordero has on his fastball. Fioka not able to control that one. That was some movement late.
Cordero's been with a few other teams, most recently the White Sox. Tommy John surgery a couple of years ago.
By the way, the White Sox got a no-hitter going today.
And Lucas Giolito made it through 6 innings. Kendall Graveman pitched the 7th, so it's a combined no-hit bid. Just doesn't have as much flair as the starting pitcher going the distance. What was your longest no-hit bid?
Probably the 3rd of an inning.
Did you never have one that went deep?
Into the 6th inning against Oakland. They only gave up 1 hit in that game. It was a ground ball to Mark McGwire.
Ground ball?
Yeah. He never hits the ball on the ground.
McGwire.
Yeah. And Bob Boone was our manager. He was trying to move Greg Gagne over in the hole. Was short. And I go, don't worry about it. He never hits the ball on the ground. Of course, he hit a ground ball in the hole. And that was it. The only hit.
One of the 23 games perfectly pitched in Major League Baseball history by the guy next door in the Yankee booth.
I remember talking to David Cohn after that game. He said, he wasn't, at that point, didn't have his great fastball, but boy, he had different arm angles. And you talk about a sweeper, slider, curveball combination that he had. It was outstanding.
It's the 16th perfect game in Major League history in July of '99 at the old Yankee Stadium that David Cohn threw against the Expos. Trout takes strike 3 called. 99, maybe a bit off the edge of the corner. Jimmy Cordero gets Ohtani and Trout to end the top of the 7th. In the bottom half, it's Gooby Tuesday.
This BMW XM is a beast. So much luxury and so much power. It seriously has everything, V8 and electric. It's inspiring. I feel like a boxer with fine leather gloves. A lion on a runway. A rocket fueled by champagne. Sunset. Diamond. Sailing. No, that's not right. Dragon made of pearls. Blue. Oh.
Electrified plug-in hybrid meets extreme performance meets limitless luxury. Only in the BMW XM.
There's so much to protect in our lives. That's why Nationwide is on your side.
The magic never leaves you when you stay with the Disney Resorts Collection. Following you along everywhere you go. Making every moment special. Even more surprising than your last. And bringing you extra time in any of the 4 theme parks every day. Now you can save up to 25% on rooms at select Disney Resort hotels. Why would you stay anywhere else?
It's time to bring balance to business travel and discover the equilibrium that works for you. At National, you're in control. Skip the counter, choose any car in the aisle, and manage your rental right from the app. So you can mix work with leisure, or leisure with work, giving you the control to find the perfect balance. Go National. Go like a pro.
What is your favorite Shohei moment?
There's so many, but based on the year that we had last year with the race between Aaron Judge and Shohei Ohtani, I'm going to go with the series at home against the Yankees because he had those 2 impactful home runs and won the series for them essentially with his bat. This is an honor to be on Goofy Tuesdays.
No, I think just that first home run that he hit in Oakland, Trout and Ohtani went back-to-back, and Shohei was just a booming blast, 447 feet. It just kind of shows you what he's all about. And then what do you think, Jose, about Shohei Ohtani?
The best guy on the baseball.
The best guy in the baseball. I couldn't really put it any better than that. Well, thanks to Jose Suarez for really putting a cap on Gooby Tuesday, and Shohei Ohtani certainly helped Suarez tonight. A 2-run rocket into the Yankee bullpen Back at the top of the first, our Arco top-tier play. Home run number 4 this year for Shohei, who, let's be honest, he wears the Kabuto better than anybody else.
Yeah, I mean, that was 116.7 miles per hour exit velocity. Had the home run he hit here in the stadium before, it was, about 117 or whatever it was. But I'll tell you, I still go back to what he did in Kansas City against Kansas City Royals at home. He's going to do it again this weekend. 2 3-run home runs, 8 RBIs, followed up with 13 strikeout performance, career high the very next day. So I think that would be my highlight. Every time he walks anywhere, he's a highlight.
Tell you what, it was a highlight for me. Yeah, I was going to say, being on Gooby Tuesday for the first time, it really changed my life.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I don't know if I'll ever be the same. Most home runs after a start. Well, Shohei's going to lead that one pretty easily. Ruth got some in his pitching days, still most of that with the Red Sox. But Shohei has hit 17 home runs after a start on the mound. His next start will be Friday against Kansas City. They're moving him up, and why not? You have to. 2 innings, 30 pitches against the Red Sox yesterday. It would be silly to make him wait all the way until what his next scheduled day was, which would have been on Sunday against Kansas City. Just get him back out there as soon as you can, and that's going to be Friday night when the Angels are back home. Top of the order here for the Yankees. It's Volpe, Judge, and Rizzo, and it's Herget back out for his second inning.
And it will get right back in this strike zone here now for Jimmy Herget, especially speed of Volpe, and Jimmy Herget is susceptible to a stolen base. You want to make him hit this baseball, get one of the infielders now.
Volpe has walked twice tonight, once with the bases loaded. There's a strike from Herget. Angels pitchers have walked 7, but 6 of those were from Suarez.
It's a really good job by Andrew Wantz.
Rendon stabs it as he reaches to his left, turns around and throws a strike for a big first out here in the 7th as Volpe's retired.
That was not an easy play. That ball was hit hard. He's got to play in. He's got to respect the fact that he could lay down a bunt with that speed he has and be able to make that play. The first out, keep it runner off base and having Judge come up going on.
Good play by Rendon, in on the grass to retire Volpe. Here's Judge with the bases empty. Trey Cabbage at AAA Salt Lake tonight hit a Judge-like home run. 486 feet. That's a big boy fly from Cabbage. He's hit well at AAA. We saw him and his big power in the spring training this year.
Yeah, he had an opposite field home run against, I think it's the Dodgers. They went way out left center.
And if he could hit his way onto the roster the longer Jared Walsh is away from the team.
Try to get him chase here now. Jimmy Herget against Aaron Judge out of the zone. Good try.
Judge lays off. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Heard a grunt all the way up there. I didn't know if that was Jimmy Herget or Aaron Judge on the swing. Reset the timer after Aaron Judge called timeout.
Swing and a miss. Aaron Judge strikes out for the 2nd time tonight. Jimmy Herget gets the strikeout with the fastball.
At 93. And as a hitter, you're thinking that feels like it's about 103 after dealing with the sweep or the cutter, the curveball from Jimmy Herget.
So 2 down. That is now from Angels relievers, 10 in a row retired. Volpe was the last Yankee to reach on the bases loaded walk in the 4th. Here's Rizzo. Ball yanked foul.
And you'll see a lot of that against Herget as a left-handed batter because they're going to be out in front. Breaking ball. Pull with foul if they make contact.
Herget only had a half dozen strikeouts last year with his fastball. He just reared back and blew it by Judge. Tried the back door there, but missed to Rizzo. Rizzo has won multiple Gold Gloves in his career. He's had a good career. 33-year-old first baseman. Herget not getting that outside corner, and it's 2 balls and a strike on Anthony Rizzo.
About him, he's been a winner throughout his whole career.
Certainly won a world championship in 2016 with the Chicago Cubs. He was really the guy that changed the whole organization. Theo Epstein and Jed Hoyer specifically brought in Rizzo from the Padres, knowing that he could be a leader and a future building block. It was the first big move they made when they got there. Rizzo pops this one up. Mike Trout is there. Jimmy Herget 6 up, 6 down. Takes down the top of the Yankee order in the 7th.
Oh, hey, Jack, going up?
Actually, no, Justine. My famous 2 tacos are still just 99 cents when you order on the Jack app or online. Could you press 6, please? I'm going up. Get my famous 2 tacos for just 99 cents, only on the Jack app or online.
This game we call life can be incredibly hard. The pressure to perform can be enormous. The feeling of despair can overwhelm you. Sometimes you may feel like you're a burden to others. You may think the world would be better off without you. You may feel like throwing in the towel and calling it quits.
It's not time to quit. It's time to swing away.
Okay, good. Keep squishing, fingers relaxed. And squish.
Corn chicken is back, only at Jack in the Box.
Welcome back inside our Santa Monica studios. Ken French, Bobby Valentine loving the 3-run lead right now by the Halos as we head to the top of the 8th inning, and we cannot wait to talk about it in the post-game show. 3 things jump out at me: bullpen Rendon and Shohei Ohtani.
Yes, in the back of the New York Post, Shohei 1, Judge is 0.
As we send it back to the boys in Yankee Stadium.
All right, guys, thank you very much. Bobby's already writing the headlines. He's been on a few of them, let me tell you that.
Yeah, maybe 1 or 2.
Here's Rendon leading off the 8th.
Really great game all around tonight for Anthony Rendon as we try to change the subject on that one. Couple big at-bats, couple RBIs, some solid defense at third base for Anthony Rendon. Especially that last sac fly after catcher's interference, stolen base, another error, and then he able to get a pitch off the hit deep to left center for a sac fly.
2 balls, 2 strikes on Rendon, who's driven in 2 runs tonight. He takes strike 3 called at the top of the zone. Jimmy Cordero with back-to-back strikeouts. Well, let's get ready for Country Weekend at Angel Stadium. That'll be on Saturday, May 20th. Russell Dickerson will be there, presented by OC Navigator and OC4 Vets. Visit angels.com/promotions to secure your seats now. Bring your boots, bring your hat.
You got your boots ready and hat?
I would love to be there.
I can see you wearing your cowboy boots.
Yeah, I could wear them. I don't have any.
So you're asking for some help, huh?
You know, a good place in the OC for me to get some cowboy boots. Let me know. 2 outs as Renfroe grounds out to third.
There's quite a few of them.
Brandon Drury will be the batter. It's Jaime Barria throwing in the Angel bullpen. Angels relievers have done a nice job so far tonight after Jose Suarez lasted only 3 1/3 innings, largely because of the base on balls tonight. There's Barria. Suarez walked 6. But between Wentz and Herget, the last 11 Yankees have been retired consecutively.
Well, Cordero could really run that fastball, and he's got to be a tough at bat for a right-handed batter.
Brandon Drury batting for the first time today. Jake Lamb started this game in this spot in the order.
See how that runs in on a right-handed batter? He got that one in on Renfroe for a ground out to third.
White Sox no-hit bid is over. Former Angel Brandon Marsh doubled to end it. Ahead to the bottom of the 8th for the Yankees, Torres, LeMahieu, and Peraza. There's a chance you can get by through the end of the night here without seeing Judge again.
And that's it's like we were talking about yesterday in every game against the Red Sox, to avoid Rafael Devers as much as possible.
They're kind of similar in the sense that there's one big superstar and some good supporting cast members, and then a bottom of the order that hasn't produced much. The Red Sox have been scoring a lot of runs to start the year. The Yankees' big gig so far this year has been preventing them. Now, they've only allowed about 3 runs per game to this point. The Angels have 5 tonight. Drury waves and misses. Jimmy Cordero strong here in the 8th. Angels trying to hold a 3-run lead at Yankee Stadium.
I literally saved the world.
Thank you, Spider-Man.
Everything you call a life, I will burn out of time. Oh, we're all gonna die.
Ten years from today, Lisa Schneider will become the undisputed leader of a ginormous pack of dogs. Rescue dogs, to be exact. A second act made possible by the career reskilling courses Lisa's already taking now with AARP to help make sure her income lives as long as she does, so she can finally run with the big dogs and the small dogs who just think they're big dogs. That's why the younger you are, the more you need AARP.
You remember our first group photo? This is it. Smiles all around, even though we were all nervous.
Who could have imagined that our first weekend together would soon turn into a lifetime of memories?
You're an amazing young man. Your brothers and sisters really look up to you. They're big brother.
It's so cool to watch the adult that you've become, and you really have done as much for us as you think we've done for you.
You know, it took 20 years, and I got my 3rd child, who was 17 at the time.
There's so many rewards in life
You coming into our home was one of the greatest rewards we could have ever had.
I ain't never felt so much love before in my life.
The Angels relief pitchers have been outstanding. Andrew Wentz come into a tough situation. He went 1 2/3 with a punch out there against LeMahieu, and Jimmy Herget, 2 great innings. Got a punch out on a 93-mile-an-hour fastball, and now Judge, that's the Toyota players of the game, the Halo relievers. Taking 2/3, 2 punch outs, 1 walk for Andrew Wentz. Jimmy Herget, excellent, 2 perfect innings with 2 punch outs.
It was interesting, Perry Manassian, about a week ago or so, as we see Jaime Barria here in the bottom of the 8th, said he thought the Angels relievers were going to start having better results because of 2 reasons: a high strikeout rate and a low walk rate. And from a predictive standpoint, if you can keep the strikeouts up and the walks down, generally you're going to have more success, and the Angel relievers have been pretty good lately.
Still big 6 outs to get, especially here in Yankee Stadium.
Good job by Wentz. Very solid work from Herget. Now Barria in the 8th.
Living upstairs with that high fastball.
It's a couple swings and misses from Gleyber Torres. We've seen Barria a lot in kind of that long relief mop-up type role. This is a bigger spot here, a little more high leverage spot.
It's good to see Jose Suarez still out there watching Shohei Ohtani going over along with Patrick Sandoval.
High fly ball, easy for Taylor Ward, trotting in for it. And Torres the first out here in the 8th.
That wind, I'll tell you what, even a routine fly ball was like knuckling up in the air. If you get above the stadium, on the line it's not going to affect it. Well, actually nothing could affect Shohei Ohtani's line drive out, but anything high enough, it's going to be pushed around quite a bit for outfielders.
Chilly night here in New York. It'll be a little warmer tomorrow, and then Thursday it will be a late afternoon game, and then a long flight to California after the game on Thursday with a game on Friday. No off day in between. You know, normally you could send the starting pitcher ahead, but you can't do that with Shohei. He's going to pitch on Friday, and he'll be in the lineup as the designated hitter on Thursday. Aaron Boone barking at the umpire a little bit.
He's saying he's not allowing to get in. The batter's box gets set against Barria. You got to be in there before that 8-second mark, but the pitcher also has to allow them to get set. You can't go into the throwing motion. The throw before, there's an argument going on there, a conversation with him.
Mayhew, a respected veteran, chatting with Dan Merzel behind home plate. Aaron Boone will get after the umpires a little bit. He's not afraid to speak his mind in that dugout. LeMahieu strikes out, a tough guy to strike out. Now LeMahieu really giving it to the home plate umpire. And here comes Aaron Boone to separate the two as LeMahieu goes back to the bench. LeMahieu really upset as strike 3 happened.
Basically saying he's basically saying that Barria, as soon as he sees LeMahieu in the batter's box, he's ready to throw the baseball. You're supposed to allow the batter to be able to look and be ready to swing the bat with the pitcher before he goes into the throwing motion.
Right, Dan Merzel really gave LeMahieu a long leash there. As LeMahieu got right in the umpire's face for a moment, let him have it on his way back to the bench. Normally a pretty mild-mannered guy, LeMahieu.
And you don't see that too often. Him striking out twice now, back-to-back, one looking, one swinging.
Tough night for him, and these Yankees continue to be shut down by the
Joseph Wall in net for Toronto to start this third period, Chris.
And Wall with a 46-8 performance against the Lightning in the final week of the regular season. Third time that Samsonov been touched for 6 in a game this year.
You come in with such great hopes and expectations, and you just got to find a way to get through this period. You know, on the Tampa side, as Kyle said, missing 3 pretty key guys, and for the Leafs, just play the game, finish it out, and you know you got a long series ahead of you. Think back to last year, the 5-0 win in Game 1, and how things can change pretty quickly.
And Jets and Knights on Sportsnet West. Game 1 of that series. Here the Leafs trying to kill the remaining part of the penalty. Marner almost away. Camp knocked it back into the Lightning zone. The Leafs have given up 4 power play goals in the game. It's the most this season. Hadn't given up more than 2 in a game prior to tonight. There's Stamkos centering it. That hopped over the stick and pointed out of the box. Comes Nylander, and away he goes. William Nylander walking in against Sergachev. Waits for some help. Back to Schenn, and it's deflected past him by Kucherov. Last time the Leafs gave up 4 power play goals in a game was 2015 against Chicago. The regular season, 2002 against the Islanders in the playoffs. And Joseph Wall will swing that around away from Hagel up for Marner, and it slides out to center. There's Marner on it, knocked off his stick by Cirelli. It'll be interesting to see how Joseph Wall handles this third period and whether or not he might be auditioning for game number 2.
He's been on a great run. He's won his last 6 games in a row, and certainly had the confidence of his teammate. Tough to come in this kind of situation, but just great experience for him to get settled in and get a feel like what it looks like playing against this team.
Killorn lost the handle, plays into an open wing. Lightning 3 men short because of injury here in the third period. Edmund Cernak and Mason not on the bench. Alex Killorn on it, cycles it back. Ross Colton, perfect. Back around as they stay on the cycle, and finally broken up by Achari. Yardrope is checked, and Colton gets it back. Now Colton knocked down, and DJ Brody will loft it away. Kerfoot and Achari come out, along with Nylander. Ahead it goes, and dumped in by Cole. Justin Hall. Here's Nolan Achari. Rink wide Giordano. Mark Giordano over the line, preceded by Kerfoot. An offside call based on the award-winning graphic novel by Jeff Lemire. Essex County, a tale of family loss and redemption. Stream all episodes free on CBC Gem.
You think all the preparation that you have going into game 1, and these 2 teams knew it was destined they were going to be playing each other, so I think both sides had a real sense of what to expect. And I just think on home ice here for the Leafs, they start a couple of turnovers early on, and the game has just turned in such dramatic fashion.
Camp gonna look there, denied by Vasilevsky. All off the board, picked off by Stamkos.
But Chris, you got to just keep competing here, and if nothing else, you got to get a couple of moral victories in this third period if you're the Leafs. See if you can establish some side of pressure and get them back on their heels.
Not a penalty here. It's going against the Lightning. The Leafs. We'll see Sergachev go off, so there's another flank defenseman who won't be available on this penalty kill.
Yeah, and Sergachev is such a key contributor to John Cooper's team, and with Hedman gone, Cernak, there's your 3 most valuable guys. There's Cole getting some direction here on how you're going to play this, as he and Radish are going to be taking it. Well, there's the takedown right there in the slap.
Leafs scored multi-power play goals in the game 11 times during the regular season. One tonight. Here's O'Reilly, sprawling goal. O'Reilly sidesteps. Morgan Riley shoots and ends up on the screen.
You know, Cole just forced the issue down right in front of the net as O'Reilly really had nowhere to go with it, and it's sell out here. He knows that on the back door he had Tavares, so that just delays O'Reilly, and now he does a good job of getting in the way of Tavares there and allowing his goaltender to see that puck. Two-time Stanley Cup champion, getting an opportunity to continue to contribute here in Tampa Bay.
Face-off control by Tampa Bay, cleared by Killorn. Belmar and Killorn, the penalty killers. Riley straight ahead, and now kicks it back for Marner. 4 minutes into the third period. O'Reilly. Tavares, a pair of points in the game. Morgan Riley with Marner circling up top, and the slot tip off Tavares is stopped by Vasilevsky.
Well, there's just one of those plays where Vasilevsky tries to get as close as he can. He sees the motion up high. There's that diamond that then goes into a box, and Mitch Marner gets away from traffic, and then that high tip, good positioning by Vasilevsky, and again, no rebound. He's done an excellent job of controlling them.
Leafs control the draw, knocked down by Radish. Nylander up with it. Riley deflects it across. Here's Marner. Matthews watched by Hagel. Nylander back to Riley, and they'll have to recharge out at center. Nylander with the goal that got the Leafs within one. Here's Tavares' shot off a glove. Matthews follows it. Up-handed there. Nylander tied up by Radish. Morgan Riley trying to feed it back towards Nylander. Picked off Matthews, shooting, and he missed the target. And around it goes off the stick of Marner and out.
Missed the target, and I don't think Vasilevsky even saw that. He reacted to it hitting the backboards behind him.
And now Belmar, and that deflects into the Lightning bench. 19 seconds left in the circuit. Jeff Minor.
Yeah, and Vasilevsky here is the turnover, and he's got his own defenseman. Yeah, it's Cole who's trying to play goalie in front of him, and there was that reaction. Matthews with his head up the whole way, just tried to go blocker side high. And last year, blocker was something that the Leafs took advantage of for Vasilevsky. 13 of the 24 goals that the Leafs scored were on that blocker side, and there was a chance for just a little bit more.
Leafs won game one in lopsided fashion last year. You know, there's lots of discussion that it's an easier game to forget about and get back to business for game two. But
games that you're not really in, you're right. You can package those and sort of dump them in the garbage, learn from them.
Nylander slipped through, walking in and sent that wide. Boy, he's put the defense in slick fashion. Pass Brody it out. But despite the score, they're 14 minutes away from losing home ice advantage in this series. The Lightning bounce back to take home ice advantage in game two. Got the split they were looking for. Lafferty fires it in. Somebody's shot blocker lying on the ice. Achari takes a look. Back to McCabe, fanned on that. And out comes Tampa Bay. Dumped in by Stamkos. Kucherov takes Chin to the board. An outlet by Aston Reese. And Radish a shot. Off wall and the Leafs clear. Kucherov, a three-point game. Back in after a point with a pair of goals. Aston Reese, short pass to Achari. Aston Reese taken down. And Colton in his own zone. Here's Herbert, straight pass. Ross Colton scores. It's 7 for the Lightning as Colton hits the score sheet. 7 minutes into the third.
Well, there's an example, no Hedman, no problem. How about this play by Perbix, his first National Hockey League playoff game, and he's just, timing is perfect. Right off the bench comes Colton in all alone, and a tough second shot there for Joseph Wall. How about that pass? Tape to tape, in all alone, and put backhand, forehand, and just like that, the Lightning continue to roll.
Colton had 3 in the series last year, and in the regular season has scored 3 in 7 games against the Maple Leafs. Colton and Perry, a couple of guys that just always seem to raise their game against Toronto. Back to Perbix again. And they have to lean more on Perbix and Radish, a couple of guys we didn't know much about coming in with the injuries, particularly to Victor Hedman, although we don't know the extent of what's ailing Hedman. Ryan O'Reilly over the line. Here comes Nylander. Step that shot right on.
Well, Brian England, great former defenseman who works with the Lightning television, was saying today just how they just continue to play. And they seem to fit in. They seem to grow in confidence. And boy, this first game hasn't been too much for the young defensemen. They've been able to show they're quite capable, and John Cooper's had to lean on them so heavily.
There's Matthews, Marner, back to Matthews. Marner in front, scores. Kelly Yarncroke gets one back.
Well, there's a switch up, obviously, with Bunting gone. This is a line that had a lot of chemistry for a while, and Yarncroke with a 20-goal season, you need a little bit of moral victory. Not a lot of celebration there, but if nothing else, there's just determination. A turnover by Sergachev. Good little give and go by Matthews and Marner, and the tap in on the doorstep. And that drop pass as he took his man with him, and Yarncroke from a tough angle able to keep that one and get it past Vasilevsky.
Kelly Yarncroke came into the game with regular season results against Tampa, more points against the Lightning than any other team he has played, 18 and 19 games. So 7-3 Tampa Bay.
As I said, he and Matthews seemed to have really good chemistry, didn't they, playing together?
Radish, hot shot, Wall able to shut that down. 21-26. Aaron Radish also around Ian Cole's ice time at 17:48. Changed one of the assists on a lead goal that takes a point away from Tavares. Mitch Marner's assisted on the 3 lead markers tonight. Zach Astor-Reese got tied up there with Wes McCauley, and they unpiled in the Lightning zone. McCabe threw that through the Leaf goal crease, and here comes Camp. Dumping it down, Astor-Reese after it. Jen trying to hold it in, but there's Perry again. Corey Perry, a goal, 2 assists, 7 shots in just over 10 minutes of work. Jen trying to clear the zone, does. Rajic will deposit right back in. There's Sergachev to Killorn. Knocked away by Giordano. Long range shoot in by Sergachev. Out at center ice. And that flipped over the glass. A souvenir about 8 rows up.
Bet live to get in the game with Sports Interaction.
Well, hear intimate conversations with today's A-list athletes on Players Own Voice podcast. Available now on CBC Listen or wherever you get your podcasts. Justin Hall sends it around. Kerfoot on the forecheck with Nylander and Ajari. And again, Michael Bunting gone for the game, so the Leafs shuttling through 11 forwards. And Kerfoot. Noel Ajari on his backhand against Radish. Sergachev there to help out. Sergachev trying to move it. And the Lightning able to escape. Justin Hall under some pressure, and Kucherov takes it away from Ajari. Spins it back for Cole. Hall broke that up to the boards with points. Around for Perbix. To the side of the net. Kucherov played it off the side of the cage. Cole moves up, overskates it. And Marner's going to work back and buy some time for a leaf change.
Clock can't go fast enough, really, for both teams at this stage. Tampa shorthanded, just wanting to get through this one, and you know, you saw that kind of hollow look on Sheldon Keefe's face. You just try to get through this one and then remind your team of what happened last year.
Here's an odd man rush. Yard comes in, back to Brody, and that shot went wide. Centering pass. Matthews spun, but couldn't get the shot away. Matthews for Marner. On the move, McCabe. Well, that was broken up, and it will be cleared by Cirelli. There's the Leaf right back in. Marner, a backhand, and it deflects up and out of play.
quickly when you get into playoff hockey.
Nylander across, gets it back from Brody. That shot off Sergachev. Now McCabe plays it around, and Brody moves up again, lost control. Ducked out, but put a stick there by Nylander, although they are going to say it bounced off the stick from outside the line, delayed offside. Hagel redlining in. DJ Brody up there by Hagel on the forecheck. Out comes Tavares. Nylander. Here's Nylander working his way in again, firing it off the glove as Vasilevsky made the save. Back comes Paul. Tied up deep. Perry back out there. Centering pass. Nick Paul stopped by Wall. Nice stop by the young goaltender on Nick Paul.
Boy, what athleticism there by Wall, just sticking that right toe out and barely making that save as also really good patience coming in, and that was a heck of a stretch for Wall. Watch, he knows he's extended, but he's somehow able to get that right foot even further out at the last second. Yeah, he dug in with put his glove on the ground at the other side and pushed back enough to get a piece of that, and then flipped over and was able to hold on. Heck of a save.
Off the face-off, right back to the goaltender. Here's Aston Reese sending it to the right wing side. For this fourth line for Toronto throughout the third period. And Sheldon Keefe tries to keep some of his powder dry for Game 2 Thursday. Here's Lafferty. Cross the rink for Riley and into the Lightning zone. Cole chopping at it. Knocked down by Kerfoot. Thinking we haven't seen much of Ryan O'Reilly in the third. Here's Giordano. Kerfoot, and that's Walker down, and the rebound came back to Vasilevsky, so he'll cover.
Well, what will be concerning is, not just the score for Sheldon Keefe, but the way that they haven't been able to take advantage of the inexperience on the Tampa blue line. They haven't been hemmed in, and quite frankly, it was the early missed foils with the puck that caused the problem. Tampa was able to take advantage of some turnovers to get the jump on this game, and you're always trying to adjust, but you wonder, with only 11 forwards here, is it too quick to say Sheldon Keefe goes back to his 11-7? And he's done that numerous times.
Ron on the panel speculating whether or not Matthew Nyes would get a look. It'd be a tough spot for a young guy to make his Stanley Cup playoff debut.
It's kind of unique. You almost think the coaches talk for both these coaches will be going back to Game 1 of last year. I mean, for John Cooper saying, hey guys, we lost 5-0 in Game 1 last year. We know what it's like. Don't get too high with this kind of win. And Sheldon Keefe, the same message is, you don't get too low. It's the story of the playoffs. Keep an even keel and deposit the first game and get ready to go back for the second.
I think teams last night had a decided edge in power plays, and so have the Lightning in this game tonight. 4-goal lead and 4 power plays on the night. Morgan Riley up ahead, Marner. Marner going to skate off with at least a 3-point game, and won't feel very good about it, will he?
No, those are hollow points. Playoffs is all about team results.
Alex Killorn over the line. Bouncing it across for Pirelli. Yankovic turns with it. Matthews got upended. And a penalty pending as the tripping call being made against Tampa Bay.
around. Yeah, the thirst for success, the excitement, the energy in the building at the beginning, and credit Tampa. They literally took it out with their play, especially early on, and that was their focus coming in. Quiet the crowd, and they did that with the early goals against, and have continued the onslaught.
One of the positives tonight, if there are any, at the power play, there's Riley getting a shot through, and stopped by Vasilevsky with Tavares jostling in front.
They haven't even really had any physical altercations after for quite some time. As a game like this that goes away, sometimes it can evolve, but mostly the pushing and shoving has kind of been eliminated after the whistle of this one.
Does that surprise you at all if we're thinking about a long series?
Yeah, it does a bit, and it just lost all its teeth at the end of the second period. I mean, the hit by Bunting just changed everything. If you're a Leaf now, you're not going to want to take another. And I just think that when the power plays and Tampa took advantage of them, it took all that little spark and extra energy out of this game.
Thinking about game 2, and perhaps Tanner Jeannot comes back for the Lightning. He is ahead of schedule. That's what reflects onto the netting. He went from week to week to day to day in a very short time, and now Sergeyev's getting some attention at the bench.
Well, how about for Tampa? What's their back end going to look like? I mean, Zach Bogosian is an option who's healthy, but you know, lots to think of as 4 minutes and 9 seconds can't go quick enough for both these teams. Playoffs are all about attrition, but boy, when you get into one game and you've lost 2 key defensemen, that's a tough pill to swallow.
Different group on this power play. Yardgroup, Nylander, Giordano, Lafferty, and Kerfoot. Dally Yardgroup with a goal tonight. Takes a shot that hits shin pads and ricochets to center. Shots don't tell the story tonight. 34-30 in favor of Tampa Bay. Here comes Nylander. Over the line with Kerfoot. Back to Giordano. And across for Lafferty. Kerfoot. Yardgroup. Nylander. Not in the shooting position. So they'll send it around and back to Giordano again. Giordano spotting Kerfoot, shooting high. And down for Hagel to clear it off. Giordano and out.
Yeah, kind of a double clutch there by Kerfoot. It just wasn't quite settled and had to readjust and ended up going high and wide. Kind of the story of the night.
Nylander back in, curling away. There's Kerfoot side of the net. Looked like he tried to scoop that off the back of Vasilevsky. And Cirelli back on the ice. Anthony Cirelli, who scored the second goal for the Lightning, who led 3-0 after one. Just the 2 key elements of the game, the quick Lightning start, and then the response after Toronto got within a goal in the second period.
Really, it looked like for all things coming in to the second for the Leafs down by 3, it was going according to plan. Get one in the first 10 minutes with another power play to get you right back into the hockey game. And you know that just that Michael Bunting hit and the match penalty there just really changed and turned that second period back around in the favor of the Lightning.
Tavares working into Gates Radich. Unable to get a shot away. Leafs got within one, and then 68 seconds after that, the Lightning restored a 2-goal lead and pulled away. Tavares in a glove stop by Vasilevsky, who's still deaf-eared in that Lightning net.
Well, you think about Vasilevsky last year. He struggled in the first 5 games of this series. He had 3 goals or more in all the first 6 games. But if you know the history of this great goaltender. It's when the games matter and the clinch is there, he's been able to shut the door. So maybe you missed the opportunity last year. He's given up 3 here, but hasn't been a very difficult game for him. And that's something that the Leafs are going to have to do, is continue to make the front of the net a crowded one for him and take away his eyes.
Here's Brody with just over a minute to go. Pass for O'Reilly doesn't work. Leaf turn back. Doesn't look like we're going to get Patrick Maroon on defense tonight. Derek Lalonde kind of intrigued us with that suggestion, but they've been able to manage the minutes with 4 defensemen down the stretch. Final minutes of game number 1. Up for Paul, who sends it in. Wall out to stop that. There will be a discussion about who starts game 2. Don't know how long the discussion will be, but Joseph Wall played well down the stretch. But Samsonov has been able to bounce back on some tough games this year. He gave up 6 3 times during the regular season.
You know, Samsonov is trying to buck the trend of struggling in the playoffs. He's now 1 for 7 in the 9 games that he's played in the postseason.
Here's ball in deep, a nice move and a backhand put wide. Lafferty on it. Block Greening. Ball to Giordano. That shot up and out of play. Will have one more face-off in game 1.
Yeah, you got to have a short memory, and that's true for everyone, but no one more than a goaltender. And you know, you just got to try to erase the negative thoughts in the mental bank. The adjustments will have to be for the head coach when, as I said, the Leafs at their best. They're a puck-controlled team, and I thought Tampa did an excellent job of just not allowing that to take hold at all at any point in this game.
Giordano unable to get a shot away, and this one goes in the books. 4 power play goals and a 4-goal win for the Tampa-Bay Lightning in game number 1, game 2 here at Scotiabank on Thursday. Again, Winnipeg, Vegas still to come. So long from Toronto.